game through his eyes and is so quarterback friendly with his ability to be on the exact same page as him. And Andre, this quartet is without question one of the very best in college football, and they have a quarterback who loves to feed them all the rock.
Yeah, quarterback's dream, Clark, when you have that much talent at all four spots, doesn't allow for defenses to double cover one or two guys because somebody's going to beat you in one-on-one coverage.
It's strength on strength tonight. TCU's offense against Houston's defense.
You're leaving me?
For a TurboTax expert who charges me less but gives me more. Sing it, Adam.
A tax pro, she's been thinking twice. Best believe TurboTax will beat your price. This is a tax break.
It's time to move on to a TurboTax expert.
This is a tax breakup.
This fall, switch to a TurboTax Live expert and we'll beat the price you paid your pro last tax season.
USAA. You could be eligible if your spouse, parent, or even your grandparents served.
That was it. You're in.
As a veteran, I'm already in. USAA. Are you eligible?
If itty-bitty value meals from other places could talk, they'd talk like this.
If Arby's $7 double meats meal could talk, it'd talk like me. Arby's, we have the meats.
I'm Richard Karn, and I love my hose. It ain't those old hoses. This is my hose. The new Pocket Hose Copper Bullet, now infused with real copper, so your water is always clean and lead-free. Just turn on the water and watch your hose grow and grow. And when you turn off the water, away it goes. Our new inner tube uses 3 layers of high-strength latex on the inside. Then it's wrapped in a new polymer filament jacket. 3 times stronger than the other hoses. But my favorite part of our new hose build? The oversized, easy-to-grip fittings. Get the super light 25-foot Pocket Hose Copper Bullet today for only $29.99. But wait, call now and get our copper spray nozzle with our exclusive thumb drive free. This is an exclusive release of our newest Pocket Hose. Order now.
Call 1-800-493-3167. That's 1-800-493-3167 or visit copperbullet.hose.com. Order now.
There's Willie Fritz, first-year head coach at Houston. Everywhere he's gone, Andre, he's won.
He's just a winner. A guy that has won almost twice as many games as he's lost. So he knows how to build programs. Patience is what those fan bases obviously had to have. Hoping the Houston fans have the same type of patience because Coach Fritz will get it on the right tracks. There's no doubt in my mind.
TCU won the toss, elected to defer. Houston to receive. And the Cougars will come out from their own 25-yard line. A lot of talk this week in Houston about what would happen at quarterback. We were told both Donovan Smith and Zion Chris would play, and it's Zion Chris who will make his first start as a Cougar. He's a transfer from Louisiana, started 7 games for the Ragin' Cajuns last year before a season-ending injury. He's not as big as Donovan Smith, but he can move, and he can run, and he's slippery.
Yeah, he's known more for his ability to make plays with his legs. But watching him in warm-up, a talented player, you watch him on video, he can push the ball around and hit just about every area on the field.
It's an offense that struggled, and they'll try the ground game with Stacy Sneed for a gain of about 5. Our player spotlight is brought to you by Cintas. When Houston has the ball, Joe Manjack is back in play after being out last week.
Yeah, glad to have him back. He's their most talented receiver, reliable receiver. And then Johnny Hodges on the other side. Going to have to try to stop this Houston running game because they're going to bring it downhill tonight.
First pass for Chris, and that's Mekhi Muse for a first down. This is a Houston team that has been below 100 yards passing in 2 straight games.
Got a Cougar down.
They can run the football as their center, Demetrius Hunter, is down.
He gets everybody lined up. Started 1 game last year and played about 80 snaps on the season. First year starter, just a sophomore, but very, very important to this Houston offensive line.
A Houston team that's been shut out in back-to-back weeks, and Willie Fritz said, hey, the defense has kept this team in a lot of games, but they've been getting worn down. They need more from the offense, and obviously you don't want to see your starting center go down, but a big reason Chris is getting the start tonight, they're looking for a quarterback to take this job and run with it.
And run with it with some consistency. There have been ups and downs at the position, and too many downs and not enough ups, but doing wonders for Chris's confidence here early with that early completion.
Hunter is still down. Left guard Peyton Dunn would be the backup center. Will step aside. Less than a minute into this one.
Growing up, I didn't know a lot about money. It wasn't really talked about, and so there were a lot of things that I didn't learn until later in my life. I want my girls to have a different experience than I did. I want them to know that money can be a tool to help others. Working with Thrivent helped me set my girls on a strong financial path and instill lessons in them at a younger age than when I learned them.
BK Royal Crispy Wraps. Eat it with the meal or have it as a snack. Only $2.99. It's a hunger hack and it fits in one hand. At BK, have it your way.
Hey, Scott, this stuff's perfect for fall, right?
Yep, it feeds your lawn now to strengthen roots all winter for a better lawn next spring.
How do you know all this?
Says it right there on the back.
Yes, it does. Download the My Lawn app today for lawn care tips and customized plans.
Feed the lawn. Feed it.
Ready for action, nip it in the bud, we never relaxing. Outcast is everlasting. But I know y'all wanted that 808. Can you feel that BASS bass?
Under my feet, I feel the sky tumbling down.
Love the way you move. Introducing the all-new, reimagined Nissan Kicks.
Okay, everybody got their Dos Equis playbooks? Good. There's only one play. Go for Dos. That means when we get a chance to go big, we take it. Let's roll some tape. 2 seats in an okay position, but the front row would be a huge score. The usher is playing lockdown D. Watch how they execute. With the Dos Equis vendor as lead blocker. Sneak, scramble, take it to the house. Flawless. That's how you... Go for Dos! Go for Dos!
The new $7 Lux Cravings box from Taco Bell with the beefy 5-layer burrito, Doritos Locos Taco, and the Chicken Chalupa Supreme. The only thing not Lux about it is the price. The new $7 Lux Cravings box, only at Taco Bell.
It wasn't hard. With Cologuard, I did it my way.
Cola, huh?
Cologuard.
Cologuard is for people 45 plus at average risk, not high risk. False positive and negative results may occur.
Screen for colon cancer in your home, your way.
Ask your provider for Cologuard.
A primetime ACC doubleheader on ESPN. First, the Tigers face the Seminoles in Tallahassee. Then, the Hurricanes head to Berkeley to take on the Golden Bears. Clemson at Florida State and Miami at Cal, Saturday on ESPN.
Demetrius Hunter to the sideline for Houston, the starting center. Peyton Dunn slides over from left guard and takes over at center. Houston reshuffles its offensive line. First down and 10. Here's the blitz. Quick sidearm screen. That is Stephon Johnson. Bubbles to the outside. They want to get him the ball in space, and you see why. Let's check in with Paul.
Well, these trainers were working on Demetrius Hunter's right eye at one time. They flushed it out with some water and heard one of the trainers say, "You good?" He said, "Yep." Put his helmet back on. I expect him back.
So Jake Wiley slides over from right tackle to left guard. Peyton Dunn from left guard to center. Tank Jenkins remains at right guard, and Shamar Abdi-Lee is the new right tackle. Johnson again, there's that screen, And this time, nowhere to go. Dropped in space by the veteran safety Bud Clark. No gain.
They do a little bit better job of reading the block of Manjack, who was blocking the guy outside, and he turns. Actually, he goes that way. You know, it's one of those Pop Warner deals. His butt's pointed that way, run inside.
That last play, emblematic of Houston's offensive troubles. This season, on gains of 11 plus, on the very next play, more than a third of the time, Houston has been held to no gain, negative yards, or it's been a penalty. That's Mekhi Muse. He brings it across the 40.
And Bud Clark with a big tackle on Muse. Came up from his safety spot and met Muse right in the hole. I mean, he's going to come up flying and doesn't budge an inch. Big third down here for Houston. You're talking about trying to get on the scoreboard after a 2-week drought with 2 shutouts in a row.
And with the issues they've had in the kicking game, this is likely 4-down territory. Rayshawn Sanford is the running back.
Needs something positive here on third down.
Keep it on the ground, which tells you they were probably thinking, go for it on 4th down.
They are coming racing up. Oliver on the stop, coming up from Jace Oliver from his safety spot, or the nickel spot. You're right, 4-down territory for the Cougar offense. Who's trying to find someone in space to pick up this first down. Manjack at the top, their best option, usually on third downs.
He's been their most consistent wideout, injured last week. Chris, incomplete. Intended target, Devin Williams covered well by Lamarion James.
And Chris kind of shows his inexperience, just stares down this route. I mean, doesn't take his eyes anywhere else other than the receiver. Is staying right there. And I mean, it's just an easy play for the defensive back in that situation.
Now we get to see this TCU offense, 4th nationally in passing offense. They got a quarterback averaging more than 350 yards per game through the air. Their run game has been inconsistent at best, but maybe they unlocked a little something with freshman Jeremy Payne in the 4th quarter against Kansas last week. Middle screen. This is Richardson. Stiff arm. Feathers the sideline before Michael Batten pulls him out of bounds. It's a first down for TCU. And when they get that first down,
they go right to tempo.
And they score on more than half their drives.
I'll tell you what, and Richardson's kind of the Energizer bunny for this TCU offense. He is a guy that's extremely consistent, excellent hands, and knows what to do with it after the catch.
33 straight games with a catch for Richardson. Payne, the freshman, making his first career start tonight. He catches it out of the backfield. Andre, you know this kid well. You've watched him a little bit in high school. What do you like about him?
Family friend, and he is just an explosive player out of Hightower High School right there in the Fort Bend ISD School District. A guy that a lot of teams, a lot of schools wanted, Jeremy Payne.
ESPN 300 recruit. Here comes Payne. And he is dropped for a loss of a yard on the play. As we take a look at tonight's impact players built by the Home Depot.
Yeah, when you talk about TCU on offense, it starts with Richardson and Besh. 2 guys that can make plays. And who's going to try to stop them today? Strong and Halsey, who tackles everything on the back end for this Cougar defense. He is a pro. A guy that a lot of pro scouts are here to see today.
Against a 3-man rush. Quick slant, Payne underneath, about a couple of yards shy of the marker. And you expect TCU to go for it, getting to the line quickly.
Yeah, I'd imagine they called the second play in the huddle.
4th and about a yard, quarterback sneak.
I don't know that he got there.
According to the spot from the judge on the far side, that's going to be a turnover on downs.
I'm not sure. He didn't get a second surge, Anish, in which to offset where the officials, and they're already calling it short of the first down marker. No push whatsoever for TCU up front.
And it goes back to the issue with TCU. They have been so good in the pass game, but so one-dimensional on offense for most of the season. Unable to get the short yards with the quarterback run. Houston takes over with prime field position.
Hey, keep your head in the game, son. The scout from football college is up in the stands.
Maybe you'd rather go to school for insurance.
I didn't raise no insurance, man.
But you did, Dad. Football's your passion, but mine is providing around-the-clock protection to progressive customers who bundle home and auto.
Jamie, we need you out here for football. You're giving up on your dream, James.
No, Dad. I'm giving up on yours.
Oh, James, wait! Oh, that's not the exit.
DMB is the place to dine, where $5 bites hit every time. Price so low you won't think twice. Can't stop, won't stop, $5 bite.
Now at Dave & Buster's, enjoy delicious $5 bites all day, every day for a limited time.
The future is threatened by enemies often unpredictable. When there are battles to win for America's future, there is one constant: Marines.
Sometimes you just need a moment. Self-care has never been this easy. Gummy vitamins from Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist recommended vitamin and supplement brand.
Tamara, Izzy, and Emma. No one puts more love into logistics than these three. You need them. They need a retirement plan. Work with principals so we can help you with a plan that's right for your team. Let our expertise round out yours.
Panera's mac and cheese? Fave. Tomato soup in a bread bowl? Fave. All your favorites, always at Panera. So grab a chocolate chipper. We know it's a fave too. Panera. Free, no-fee delivery for My Panera Rewards members on our app.
Misty?
You know this person?
Is your cat getting too cool? Give him Temptations treats.
You like watching TV shows and movies? Don't watch on that. You want a Quest. Look at that. It's a movie theater in your living room. What? And you want to go to the gym. Then you remember gyms. Bring the gym to you.
Let's do this.
Ah, that's what I'm talking about. Whoa! And do you want to play the hero or be the hero?
Wait, I could be Batman?
Yup. Bang! Time to become the knight. Okay, y'all. Yeah. You got this.
ESPN's Primetime College Football is presented by Ram Trucks, built to serve.
From Slingin' Sammy, Davey O'Brien, LT, and the Red Rifle. Some of the greats to come through TCU. Andy Dalton having himself
Up to a pretty good 2 weeks.
bit of a second act in Carolina. By the way, Fort Worth, known as Panther City, for the record. Demetrius Hunter back in there.
To have him back and everybody else back intact along that offensive line for Houston.
Second to drive for the Cougars. Zion Chris still in there. He and Donovan Smith alternated series last week. This is the tight end, Malik Carr, pushing into TCU territory.
This block by Muse on the outside. He's kind of holding the point of attack and get some easy, confident throws early here for Chris, the quarterback for Houston. A couple of easy ones, and then get him settled into this game. I'd imagine some quarterback runs are coming here in the near future.
4 for 5, 49 yards passing for Zion Chris. TCU brings the blitz. Chris has room to run. Tackled from behind, lost the football.
Looks like he may have gotten it back.
Now, we just talked about it on the last drive. A good play followed by something disastrous. That time disaster averted for Houston. That's been the story of their season.
Yeah, ball's out. It's on the ground. And I mean, he does a heck of a job of just kind of having it bounce right in his area. Hits he play to fall right back on it. That's going to be a nice gain on first down for Zion Chris.
Nnamdi Obiazor.
The previous play is under further review. Ruling on the field was recovered by the offense.
I don't know anything that's in that video that's going to dispute Chris getting the ball back.
Forced fumble caused by Obiazor. Another look. Ball's out. Let's bring in our rules expert, Matt Austin. Matt,
Anish,
what could they be looking at here?
Well, I agree with you 100%. I have not seen a view that you see him reach out and rake the ball in initially, and then you get several TCU players falling on the pile. You can't see the ball after that. They got to go with the ruling on the field, in my opinion.
Yeah, and the ruling is that Chris got it back, and it's second down. So I don't know that there's anything that in there that could be that there's video evidence of an overturn. But as last week would have it, you never know.
You never know. It's another hold your breath moment for Houston. And that's what Willie Fritz bemoaned to us this week. He said through the course of this season, so many times when there's been a big play, then there's laundry.
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. The fumble was recovered by the offense. It's second down.
Yeah, and it's a break for Houston again. Their season has been one step forward, two steps back offensively.
The need to find some type of consistency at quarterback. Chris giving them that early tonight. And then now the next order of business is to get on the scoreboard.
They bring in the power back, Jamarion Burnett.
True freshman. Been injured the last couple of weeks and finally made its way back to the lineup.
He gets the call, bulldozes forward, about a yard shy of the marker. Abe Kamara with the stop. Andy Avalos, TCU's defensive coordinator, told us Kamara had one of those weeks in practice which might be a precursor to a big game tonight.
And I think it's that way for Burnett as well. It kind of gives them some explosiveness at the running back spot.
Snead comes into the game at running back here on 3rd and 1. Zone read, and Snead gets popped. Ball came out again. Abe Kamara punched it out. Wow. But Houston able to recover 2 near fumbles on the drive, and on cue, there's Kamara.
That's 3 big-time hits from their secondary. Oliver had one. We saw Bud Clark, and then now Kamara with probably the most explosive of the 3. My goodness, has he come off the edge, and I mean in a nasty way, and just Stacy Snead got the wrong end of that deal.
Ruling of targeting.
Oh, they're going to look at targeting.
That's just a good hit. And I was kind of surprised Burnett, in a short yardage situation, wasn't the back that was in. They chose to go with Snead there. But man, did Kamara come up with a big-time hit.
Now you're looking for crown of the helmet. And officials,
that
Monk got in the way
exactly.
there.
I don't know if you see it there.
A ball carrier is not a defenseless player. Ooh, that might be it.
Yeah, that's close.
Let's bring in Matt Austin. Matt, you see crown of the helmet with an indicator.
Yes, I definitely do. The defender is attacking with force. He does lower his head, and it does look like he puts that crown right in the ear hole of the runner. So I would expect this to be called targeting from the booth.
You see the thrust as well, Matt?
Absolutely.
In that tackle?
Yes.
I think his Kamara's night may be over, Anish. And this is where I think the rule is kind of unfair, because it was due to be a half, and he's going out in the first quarter. About a quarter of the way, of 6:49, 6:50 left here in the third quarter. So he's going to, first quarter, he's going to miss the second, third, and fourth quarter. That's basically 3 quarters of football. You see the
indicator of targeting. There's the launch, and again, when it's a running back in that situation who is not defenseless, the only way it's targeting is crown of the helmet, forcible contact with an indicator, and you check off all 3 boxes. And so Kamara's night likely over. Wow. They are looking at this a long time.
It was such a big hit. I mean, you couldn't help yourself. The way that abruptly came to an end. But I think this rule needs to clean itself up in terms of being time stamped, where everybody is out of the game the exact amount of time and not 3 quarters for one guy and 2 for the next.
After further review, there was a ruling of targeting by TCU's number 1. Number 1 is disqualified for the remainder of the game. Penalty reinforced half the distance, automatic first down.
That's the second part of it, with the targeting penalty coming from up above. You tack on the penalty yard, so instead of 4th down, a Houston team that has been shut out 2 weeks in a row now has a first down in the red zone.
And I mean, this is exactly what this Houston offense, the type of start that they needed. A couple of confidence building throws for Chris. Now they're down inside the red zone with a threat to score, and they haven't been able to put up points the last 2 weeks.
Penalties have been an issue all season long for TCU. Red zone struggles have been a problem for Houston as Burnett carries inside the 10. 7 previous trips inside the 20 this season for Houston. 2 touchdowns, 1 field goal, 4 empty possessions.
And with Burnett, you're getting a big physical downhill player that is a guy that they've missed in the running game. He gives them some oomph at the end of runs where it's hard to tackle him because he's so big at 6'1", about 220 pounds.
Double tight end set. Zone read. Burnett again up the gut. He is to the 8-yard line. 3rd down coming up.
Do a nice job with Jace Oliver in run support from that one of those. Actually, it's the nickel spot, and coming up and helping in the running game. He's slow to get up.
Oliver, the Tulsa transfer.
2 tackles in last week's game. A career high last year against FAU or Atlantic, where he had 11 tackles in a game.
And he backs up Kamara, who's been ejected for targeting.
This is when I would look for Manjack, who's at the top in man coverage. Right at the top of the screen.
And a timeout by TCU.
First charge timeout, TCU, 30 seconds.
We've seen the theater of the absurd at times this season on Friday night, Andre. In fact, most times. And this was a game where Houston came in reeling. Shutout against Cincy. Shutout against Iowa State. Really, this offense has struggled to gain traction all season long. TCU, they had a couple of check marks against them with 2 losses, but seemed to bounce back in the second half against Kansas.
Well, this is what Houston's defense needs. They're getting some valuable rest right now, and it's usually about the 3rd quarter when the offense is 3 and out, a bunch of punts, and the defense
finally breaks because they're just too exhausted to hold up for 60 minutes. So when you get breaks like this, they're going to play hard. They can play hard longer. And then you may get some points on the tail end of this drive.
Chris to the end zone. Caught for a touchdown by Devin Williams.
He gets behind James. And a little bit taller. Williams at 6'1", just going over the top of the 5'10". Lamarian James, who's reaching, perfectly thrown ball by Chris. And that's a touchdown. A knee is a body part, or a body, and he's clearly inbounds and holds on through the entirety of the catch. It's a heck of a start here for this Houston group that hadn't scored points in 2 consecutive weeks. They've gone 8 straight quarters without points.
Extra point attempt by Jack Martin is good, and Houston has the lead, 7-0. This was a Cougars team outside of their game against Rice. Had not scored a first-half touchdown in their other 4 games. They do tonight on the road against TCU.
The SEC on ABC, all day Saturday beginning at noon Eastern.
Are they really going to spend all day streaming college football on DirecTV? Can you blame them? They've got the biggest rivalries.
And bowl games. Speaking of, Frank, run a slant to the bowl of chips. Bobby, button hook to the salsa.
What are you going to do, Coach Prime?
Don't question your coach, man.
We're surprising Twisted Tea superfans with a Twisted Tea drop. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea and 5% alcohol to kick off your game day. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
The Pope is dead.
The throne is vacant.
The responsibility for the conclave falls upon you. We're about to choose the most famous man in the world. Let God's will be done.
You should be careful.
That sounds ominous.
God has given us eyes and ears.
Something has happened. This is a conclave, Aldo. It's not a war.
It is a war.
I think you've had enough secrets.
Conclave, rated PG, only in theaters October 25th.
A Chewy order is on the way for Cash, everyone's favorite employee at Bill's Bodega, where Bill uses Chewy to keep Cash hard at work, toys to keep his instincts sharp, food so he won't snack on the inventory, even a new collar to let everyone know who's boss. And with Chewy's low prices, Bill's left with more cash to spend on Cash. For low prices and fast shipping, for life with pets, there's Chewy.
At Papa John's, get an extra large New York style 1-topping pizza for only $10.99. It's a mouth-watering, stretched thinner, made bigger, more for your money, extra large New York style 1-topping pizza for only $10.99. Better get you some Papa John's.
You never want to lose your edge. And the Lexus RX completely understands that.
So what are you working on?
Something for the Garcias. Right there's great.
Love you, honey.
Thanks, Mom.
We've got 24 hours to get all of this under control.
Then you're gonna need these today.
Oh, we can deliver that.
Thank you.
Today, tomorrow. Get delivery at the speed you need only at the Home Depot.
Why choose a mobile network built for places you'll probably never be, instead of for where you are most of the time? Xfinity Mobile was designed for where you need it most.
Xfinity Internet customers, ask how to get a free 5G phone and a second unlimited line free for a year.
The SEC on ABC with a triple header tomorrow. Missouri, Texas A&M, the only ranked versus ranked matchup this week. Look at the late game. Tennessee going to Arkansas. Andre, this is one of these sleepy October weekends.
Some good football.
Where you don't have a ton of ranked versus ranked matchups. A lot of the favorites expected to win. That's generally when it feels like you get chaos.
You get a bunch of upsets on a Saturday afternoon.
Fair catch called for by Jordan Bailey. Tonight's meeting marks the third time in the last 30 years that Houston and TCU have played league games against each other, but they've done it in 3 different leagues. Go back to the old Southwest Conference, that disbands. TCU to the WAC. Houston, Conference USA. They both were in Conference USA for a while. Went to the American, the Mountain West respectively, and then meeting up again in the Big 12. You remember.
Went way around the block to get back in the same conference when they both should have been in the Big 12 to start, or at the start.
Sam Cook breaking tackles and hunted down by Patton. That's a first down run, a gain of 11. And Andre, there was so much chatter, right? There was fear from the Big 12 allowing schools from the Metroplex, from Houston, with those recruiting bases into a power conference.
They know that, if it was a level playing field, it would be tough to keep the Cougars from winning, and also teams like TCU.
TCU now in the Big 12 for more than a decade. Houston in its second season in the league. Hoover finds Besh for a first down, easy pitch and catch. And Jack Besh comes into this game second nationally in receiving yards behind only Trey Harris of Ole Miss.
Just so consistent. Excellent route runner, and he just fooled McCutcheon to that side where he bit inside and left Besh wide open along the sideline.
Cook bounces to the outside, pushed out by Latrell McCutcheon, who's probably Houston's best pro prospect.
They can't give up leverage to a guy like Cook. Cook does a nice job of giving an inside move and then getting around the corner for a big gain on first down. That'll make it easy for Kendall Briles, who's their offensive coordinator and play caller, to call this game. You're in second and medium, second and short the entire night. That's an easy way to go about doing your stuff on offense.
Quick throw, Richardson drags a couple of defenders across the 40-yard line.
How about the presence in mind to just get right up the field? That's knowing the situation, and then, hey, I'm going to make the catch and get vertical in a hurry. Sure-handed receiver. Boy, was his dad a good college quarterback. Had a heck of a career at Texas A&M, and then went on to the Oilers and played for a while there.
Yeah, Dad Bucky. J.P. Richardson's uncle was actually
good golfer too.
Roommate at Texas Tech.
Pretty good golfer.
Pressure that time coming from Keith Cooper.
Keith Cooper from my high school, and I told him when I met him for the first time at 6'5", 280, they didn't make him like that when I was in high school. We didn't have a guy 6'5". Well, he would have been all everything on the basketball team. Just basically kind of do whatever he wanted.
Imagine having that guy block for you in the wing tee.
It's amazing. It would be amazing. But he's a heck of a defensive end in this Cougar defense.
Cooper followed Willie Fritz from Tulane to Houston. Little three-man twist. Intercepted by Halsey.
Well, we talked about it. There are some scouts here tonight watching A.J. Halsey, and when you make a play like that, you get on the radar real quick. And he just reads the eyes of Josh Hoover, who thought he had a receiver going right up the seam in this area, right up the seam, and it's going to be Halsey, who just reading center field, makes a heck of a break to take the seam route away and make Josh Hoover pay for it. Cougars with some pretty good field position.
Turnovers have been a problem for TCU. The last 2 games, 8 turnovers, -6 turnover margin. And Hoover, after going without an interception in his first 143 pass attempts, has thrown 4 picks in his last 56 pass attempts. First playoff sudden change. Chris still in at quarterback. Hits his running back, Snead. They call him the Sneed for speed for a reason. Kark?
Well, we saw Abe Kamara. He was tossed for targeting. He's in street clothes right now. His backup, Jace Oliver, was in the tent, and trainers are working on his right groin area. He was in a lot of pain. They forced him to do some straightaway running, some side-to-side techniques. He's in a lot of pain. He's not out there. Now Austin Jordan, he's their third string nickel. He's got 1 tackle on the season, 14 in purple. Let's see if they pick on him.
Transfer from Texas. Patient run by Sneed. Going to be a little shy, 3rd down. Johnny Hodges the tackle.
Sneed can run between the tackles. We talk a lot about his speed, but he is a good between the tackles runner. You mentioned it, the patience that he shows to allow blocks to set themselves. But I'd imagine the big guys coming in, Burnett, to finish this thing off and move the chains.
They bring in Burnett. Houston on the season, 26% on 3rd down.
Should be a reminder, hey, hang on to the football here, youngster.
How about Burnett sledgehammers across midfield for a Houston 1st down?
Well, that makes for a nice 1-2 punch when you can go Sneed and Burnett, because everybody else is pretty much built similarly. Burnett's the bigger at 220. You get any type of hole, any type of movement, and that big frame's going to pick up short yardage situations for this Cougar offense.
He just ran through the left shoulder of his tight end, Jaden York. Quickly to the outside, Jonah Wilson with the catch. They want to get to him in one-on-one situations. Big target at 6'3", and a big-time recruit when he came to Houston last year.
And it's just quick reads for Chris. They get the ball out, 3-step drop, or just a quick, what we refer to as quicks, speed outs, slants, hitches, and just keeping the game easy and clean for him, whereas he doesn't have to do a whole lot of reading at quarterback right now. It's just one quick read, get the ball out.
Play action. Downfield, man jack. Houston's most consistent receiver, a guy who's been described as triple espresso in the flesh.
Yeah, it's still just one read, and you'll see it. The eyes just stay down the field, and he's on man jack the whole time. Now, when you do that, you can get away with it in some instances if the receiver wins for you. Man jack being an excellent route runner, he's going to get the separation needed to get himself open. Now Chris just has to deliver, and here early, he's been able to do that. It's an impressive drive, a couple of drives by Chris and this Cougar offense.
And Houston does not have to call another play.
That's the end of the first quarter.
The Cougars, after not scoring the previous 2 games, have a 7-0 lead on the road here at TCU.
So what are you working on?
Something for the Garcias. Right there's great.
Love you, honey.
Thanks, Mom.
We've got 24 hours to get all of this under control.
Then you're gonna need these today.
Oh, we can deliver that.
Thank you.
Today, tomorrow. Get delivery at the speed you need only at the Home Depot.
I'm recruiting fans who stay focused and never miss a play. I'm always watching, always looking to reward more full-time fans.
Keep your eye on the ball. Ready? Okay, that's okay. Concentrate.
Texas girls are tough.
You got this. Let's do it again.
But they're facing a new opponent they can't beat by digging deeper. Colin Allred could have stopped men from competing in women's sports, but instead, he voted against our daughters. What kind of man does that?
Truth and Courage PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Thursday Night Football on Prime, it's on.
Ready to have some fun? Yeah, let's do it.
This week, the San Francisco 49ers face the Seattle Seahawks as Thursday Night Football is on.
Wide open, all the way for the touchdown.
It's Brock Purdy and the 49ers versus Geno Smith and the Seahawks.
Great grab.
screen Thursday Night Football, only on Prime.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. And get access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
I keep seeing this face everywhere.
This thing is a parasite.
You're not in control! I am!
I've been waiting for you.
Smile 2. Rated R.
Order Pizza Hut now and get a free large pizza later. That's a free pizza on your next order. So you can pizza now, then pizza again. Free pizza means your next dinner is covered. Your future self will thank you. Get it while it's hot. Only at Pizza Hut.
Future-proof your home and garden with AARP today. Harvest the rewards for years to come. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP.
This week only at Domino's, get unlimited mini-priced pizzas for 50% off when you order online. Choose any size pizza you want, any crust you want, and any toppings you want. Oh, and any number of pizzas you want, too. Get 50% off your perfect pizza, or pizzas, this week only at Domino's.
Coach Zion Chris gets the start tonight. What are you pleased most with in regards to his performance?
Well, he's done a good job of, throwing the ball where it needed to go to, reading the coverage. He had a nice run there, and he had didn't have great ball security, but for the first time he started, I think he's doing a very good job.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
First and 10, Houston inside the TCU 25. DJ Butler, the true freshman, is the running back. Fly sweep, Jayshon Ridgel playing in his first collegiate game. True freshman who cracks the depth chart with Marquise Shoulders now out for the season. And this Houston offense, which had been in hibernation. Cougars, I know, don't hibernate. I had to look that up, Andre, but whatever slumber they were in, they came out of it in the first quarter.
Yeah, they really have, and they've looked good offensively. Defense stepping up, getting a fourth down stop. And then you see the first quarter numbers there. Just, it's been tough offensively for this Cougar team.
And a decided advantage when it comes to time of possession. Quick throw, Carr, broken tackle, sideline toward the pylon.
Close.
He's going to be marked out inside the 1 yard line.
How about the job that this receiver group and tight ends for the Cougar offense kind of stepping up tonight, getting separation for the young quarterback, and well, that's one heck of an effort by Johnny Hodges, one of our impact players in this ball game, playing sideline to sideline. He's the guy that forces Malik Carr out of bounds right about the 2 yard line or so.
Hodges, a former Navy lacrosse player. Here's the toss. Reaching, and Rayshawn Sanford is in for 6.
Well, they say when it rains, it pours, right? That's pouring points for this Cougar offense. They do a nice job, and the second effort is what gets Rayshawn Sanford the second into the end zone. Just this fighting through blocks, breaking tackles, and finally ending up in the end zone. Five different ball carriers already in this game for Houston.
The extra point by Martin is good.
Well, the interception by A.J. Halsey kind of sets everything up. Reading the eyes of the quarterback, gives him a turnover, and then what's the offense do? Hey, they hand it to after Rashawn Sanford fighting his way in, giving the Cougars a 14-0 lead.
Team, it's been a grind, but I think I've aged you well. Some might say perfect. Who's ready to show who's the cheesiest?
I woke up feeling the cheesiest, coach!
Cheez-It, official sponsor of the college football playoff.
We want you to start every day with the charge you need. So we're giving you this home charger and covering the cost of standard installation. The Ford Power Promise. Electric vehicle confidence from day one.
I'm the team mascot, and boy, am I running late. But I got lead in my foot and spirit in my fingers. Oh, what a hit. And if you don't have the right auto insurance coverage, the cost to cover that might tank your season. So get Allstate, save money on auto insurance, and be protected from mayhem, like me. Woo!
Soft drinks are just $1 at Wendy's. Any size, anytime. 3 p.m. Fanta, 10 p.m. Sprite, 7:46 a.m. Coke. Yeah, you're built different. Dollar soft drinks, any size, gotta be Wendy's.
One of the UFC's most lethal weapons.
Let's get it, 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 I got it.
The truth about DIY is you never really do it all by yourself.
Because this setup took 2 videos and a quick demo.
You can change your color here.
And all of this started here, detoured here, and ended
down here.
And this pizza wasn't delivery. This was.
I wonder if they do have it.
We do. So whenever you start a project,
don't worry.
You're not alone.
We can do this together.
So what are you working on?
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first.
Okay, let's get going. Can everybody see that?
Like, you know, to check your desktop first before sharing your screen.
Oh, that is not the, oh, no. Know how that got in there? No, that,
Yeah, checking first is smart.
Okay, everybody get out.
So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Houston had been horrendous in the red zone entering tonight. Today, they've capitalized on both chances with touchdowns.
Yeah, with a young quarterback making his first start, and you get a couple of stops and a turnover, and you're able to answer or put points on the board to give your young quarterback a chance. But what I tell Zion Chris right now is, hey, stay level-headed, stay right in the middle, don't get too high with the lead, don't get too low. If you happen to make a mistake, there's a lot of football left to play.
And a TCU team that can score quickly. Fair catch brings it out to the 25. What's on the weekend menu is brought to you by Dave and Buster's. Carson back in Georgia, coming to Auburn. They head home to face Auburn, 3:30 tomorrow on ABC. The Beck and company almost pulled off that great comeback against Alabama before Ryan Williams and his heroic slate. He and Jalen Milroe teaming up on that touchdown pass.
It's a heck of a football game last week. Alabama was just going to walk away with it, and all of a sudden, Georgia's back in the game.
I bet you a lot of people turned that off at halftime, 30-7. Bama's going to roll, and
bet a lot of people left the game thinking 30-7, it's over. Nice tackle there by Carlos Allen, right in the middle of that Cougar defense. Hard to move inside. Super quick nose tackle.
Hoover can't get away, and he is sacked. That's Keith Cooper. There's 2 guys on this defense. Cooper on the D-line, Kentrell Webb on the back end, who played for Willie Fritz at Tulane, and they're co-coaches on the field.
Yeah, Johnny Carter, he's the guy that comes off the edge and catches Hoover holding it a little bit too long, and so the Cougars do a nice job of disguising defensively. They're extra defensive back in the game coming off the end, and Cooper is the one who benefits.
On 3rd and long, Hoover escaping away from Holmes, deep downfield. Pass slips, it's picked again. Halsey with his 2nd interception of the half.
And not executing at a high level.
Meanwhile, Chris continues to execute. Johnson with a catch near the sticks. Zion Chris now 11 of 12. And remember, when he transferred from Louisiana, he had starting experience for the Ragin' Cajuns. And Donovan Smith, the incumbent, had off-season shoulder surgery, had a torn labrum, so Chris got all the reps with the ones in spring ball.
And you know, you build a reputation or a bond with guys that you're working with over and over and over again. And I think Chris knows the body language, has some chemistry with these receivers at Houston.
Chris on the zone read keeper, moves the chains, tackled by Cam Smith.
Chemistry, Andre, is also feeding a lot of mouths right now. 7 different receivers so far Zion Chris has hit. And how about Willie Fritz in the run game, too? 5 different runners. So they're doing a lot of different faces here tonight.
Yeah, and there, Clark just mixing it up and giving Chris a run so that you keep TCU honest, and they know, hey, they have the capability of playing us 11 on 11. But he's off to a great start tonight.
And TCU has struggled against the run, 2nd worst run defense in the Big 12. Chris again faked the end around to Muse and then goes backwards. Marcus Steele makes the play, talented redshirt freshman.
And you're right. Big-bodied guy who is hard to move in the middle. For 95 inside, he kind of goes unblocked. Just caught a hold of the backside of Chris' pants and would not let go until the quarterback was on the ground.
McDonald bringing pressure, and he gets home.
They called him down, or
I think they said he might have been down unless the ball is out again.
And that's where he's getting in trouble. When they ask him to go through from 1 to 3, it gets tough for a youngster. And so he's staying glued to one receiver way too long, and then by then it's too late. Definitely, he was on the ground there a little bit early.
Cooper McDonald, 3rd stop. Washington, San Diego State, TCU. From just outside of Fort Worth, he's back home. 3rd and 18. Chris moves the pocket. Pressure coming. Heaves it to the sideline. Incomplete. Defended well. Wanted Stephon Johnson. Austin Jordan, who again, that number 3 nickelback in there with Oliver hurt and Kamara ejected for targeting with some nice defense.
Do a nice job of keeping everything leveraged where Chris couldn't get outside. Tried to block the edge with York, the tight end, and made him pull up. And at that point, here comes the pressure from the backside.
This is where TCU can get a spark. J.P. Richardson.
Oh, yeah.
Had a punt return touchdown last week against Kansas. Fair catch signal. And it's made inside the 30-yard line. 38-yard kick. 2-score lead for Houston. TCU ball with 9:32 to go in the first half.
The new 12-team college football playoff begins December 20th on ESPN.
That's how I get by.
Will you?
What did you do?
I got a little design help.
I'm in sweats, Derek. It's perfect. And I'm in sweatpants.
On a Longing, Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
Ramon, what are you doing here? Texting another conference now.
Yeah, but it's like on the other side of the country. It's really, really far.
But you're not even on our schedule this season.
Maybe we can meet you in the playoffs.
That's crazy talk.
You know what else is crazy? Getting all that Dr. Pepper flavor with 0 sugar.
But Dr. Pepper doesn't have a questionable secondary like Tech does.
Here, catch!
And that's why you're a mascot.
College football, it's a Pepper thing.
The Jersey Mike's catering box is the easiest way to feed your friends. The hard part is picking your sub.
That's why we're having a draft.
With the first pick, Sarah from Carolina selects number 13, the original Italian.
You know, I trusted my gut, and that's exactly where the sub's going to go. So.
Hold on, we've got a trade. Jake traded his second pick with me, because I'm starved.
Freshly sliced subs to go, wherever you and your friends go. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
If you need health coverage because of a recent life change, healthcare.gov is here for you. Like it's there for Terrence and Jody, who got married and found a health plan that covers both of them. And Sophia, she's having a baby, so she can enroll in a plan that covers the big and little things. And Gary, when he moved, he found a new plan that covers what he needs. There are many other ways to qualify. Visit healthcare.gov, where millions have found the coverage they need.
Oh, you don't know? It's Faye, that on my way, that every day, that protein A. Faye, that tasting great, that working late. Shh, Greek yogurt. Faye, nothing plain about it.
And a pinch higher. It's just uneven. To the right and up.
Right and up?
Oh, that's good.
This is good then.
Wait, no.
My shoulder's acting up. My shoulder's acting up again.
Dobbs?
I got you.
If only there were backups in real life. But at least there's Progressive to protect your home and auto.
Honestly, you should have put him in earlier.
The Friday night spotlight is on Fort Worth native Nana Osafo-Mensah, who played 4 seasons at Notre Dame, where he earned his degree in political science and a master's degree in business management. He's currently working on his 3rd degree at TCU in healthcare and business administration. Nana's impact on his home community has been massive. He volunteers at Cook Children's Medical Center, as well as the Community Crossroads Outreach Program. He serves meals and spends time with the homeless. He's also a role model with the local youth through the Readers Become Leaders program. And Nana told me seeing the same faces week in and week out gives him the time to develop real relationships where there's a deeper understanding between him and them, and his positivity can be a great source of strength for everyone.
Excellent card. 2 degrees already for that young man from Notre Dame. Definition of a student athlete.
Jordan Bailey is engulfed for a loss. And Nana's dad, a doctor locally in town, and he's a Fort Worth native, so giving back to this community means a lot for him now that he's back home.
And Big Dunbar making a nice play out on the edges, kind of keeping things intact for this Cougar defense.
Last couple of drives, TCU's been behind the chains.
Well, Johnny Carter's showing blitz, and he's on Besh on the outside, but nobody rotating over, so I got to believe it's a fake from the bottom part of your screen.
Into Besh, but incomplete.
Anish, this one will hit home for you. And when I spoke to Nana this week, he told me he got hooked on TCU football coming to games when he was a young boy. And guess who was playing quarterback?
I'm going to guess Andy Dalton.
You're correct.
It's amazing. What took him so long to get back? Why do you have to go up to Notre Dame to make his way back? If this was, if he really, really loves this program, stay home.
It's one of the recruiting advantages for teams like TCU, for teams like Houston. You can go get guys in the portal and get them to come home as that screen pass goes awry. Pressure from Cooper and Holmes. And now this crowd starting to get a little antsy. An offense that really hasn't had too much trouble putting up points this season. Without a point at home, 8.5 to go in this first half.
Hoover started the season 143 passes without an interception. His last 66 passes, 6 interceptions. So you're going to struggle offensively if that's what the type of production you're putting out.
That punt bounces out of bounds, and Houston with strong starting field position. Kick off your NFL Sunday with the Countdown crew. They'll look at how the Cowboys' injuries impact their game with the Steelers plus Peyton Manning joins the show. Latest news from Adam Schefter as well. You got Miami going back to Tyler Huntley at quarterback. Minnesota against the Jets.
Tough one in Houston. Buffalo coming to town to take on the Texans.
That's a banged up Buffalo team.
Yeah, but they're still wounded dog's still a tough one.
Where does Devontae Adams end up?
That's a great question.
We put out a picture today on social media of Edgar Allan Poe.
Is that a reference to Baltimore, maybe?
The Raven. On the ground. And that's DJ Butler, the true freshman. Came into the game with just one career attempt, a gain of 6. And Houston can run the ball. We said it earlier. They have not been able to stay with the run because they've been getting behind in these games. Now you can play from ahead. You can play the clock.
You got a bunch of true freshmen. Burnett was in the game. And now here comes Butler, who's just young.
It's been an everybody eats approach. Chris keeps it, breaks the tackle, turns the corner. Turbos out of bounds near the 25. Johnny Hodges, the former Navy lacrosse player, finally got him.
A pretty good block out on the edge. And I thought the ball was in the stomach of Butler, and then all of a sudden Chris is out and around the corner. He picks up a couple of nice blocks on the edges. It's a nice job by this Cougar offense. And TCU taking its time to sub in and out because the Cougars they get an opportunity to sub, but they're taking their precious time to do it, maybe get a little rest.
Little speed option.
Freeze option.
Stacy Sneed with a first down.
Little freeze option where you make it look like counter option, stop, come back the other way, where it's a freeze option. Nice job by Chris of getting the defense, the front seven, to freeze, and it allowed Sneed to out-leverage the defense for a big gain.
What's the quarterback's read on that play?
Edge man on the line of scrimmage. If he takes the quarterback, you're going to pitch it. If he takes the pitch man, Chris is going to keep it himself and turn up the field.
McDonald coming off the edge, and Chris has his ball swatted down by Max Carroll.
Big Max Carroll. Moved to linebacker from a safety spot at 6'3", 225. Could you imagine him coming up and run support from the secondary? They moved him to linebacker, and they said, hey, he is finally figuring things out from that spot.
Redshirt freshman from Memphis filled in admirably last week for Nnamdi Obiazor, who went down in the Kansas game. Ridgel in motion. Chris keeps and dropped at the 12-yard line. A gain of 3 on the play. Cam Smith again with the stop. The Memphis transfer.
A big third down here. This Cougar offense, they're trying to score the big ones tonight. Not just put points on the board, but you want the big ones. Ones that go across the painted grass. TCU looking for a stop and a field goal attempt.
The tight end York motions to the right. Chris steps up, cannot elude the pursuit, and he's brought down by Obiazor. It's 4th down.
Yeah, when routes have to develop down the field, now that's kind of the weakness of Chris's game right now, where he's not getting through progressions. He's locked on a guy. So if I'm TCU, I'm going to play zone, make him read and see things, and hold on to the ball and try to get guys home in the pass rush, which is exactly what happened there.
Jack Martin has taken over the place-kicking duties for Joseph Kim. 0 for 1 this season. 34-yarder, splits the uprights, and it's 17-0 Houston. Not many saw this coming.
place to be, where 5x3 makes a winning spree. $5 drinks, $5 bites, 5 free games so you can play all night. So call your family and text your friends. 5 and 5 means fun won't end.
Now at Dave & Buster's, enjoy our Power 5 lineup. 5 free games, $5 bites, $5 drinks. Now for a limited time.
Hey Lexus, show alternate routes.
The future. Sometimes it's a work in progress. Other times it's pretty well thought out. The tech forward and tech ready Lexus NX.
Panera's mac and cheese, fave. Tomato soup in a bread bowl, fave. All your favorites, always at Panera. So grab a chocolate chipper. We know it's a fave too. Panera. Free, no-fee delivery for My Panera Rewards members on our app.
Customize and save with Liberty Mutual. Customize and save!
And then I wake up.
Is Limu with you in all your dreams?
Oh yeah. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Let's do it.
Come on, Dad, get me.
Oh, nice play. All right, go. There we go.
So cute. At Ally, we're helping millions save more for the things that matter most to them. Whatever you're saving for, we're all better off with an Ally.
Get back to work.
At Burger King, we flame grill our burgers. Why? Because that's how it should be done. Hot, juicy, smoky, flame grilled, and made your way. Come experience the flame grilled difference with 2 Whopper Juniors for just $5.
Downfield, he's got another. Mahomes, touchdown.
It's so on.
Houston had not scored the previous 2 weeks. Go figure.
Amazing.
Tonight, they've cleaned it up. No turnovers, no penalties. Zion Chris has sparked the passing offense, and they're up 17-0.
Meanwhile, TCU -2 in turnover margin in this game alone, which the Cougars have taken full advantage of. How do you get on track? Hey, a couple of passes to one of those 4 receivers that they have, then get into some tempo type stuff offensively, start to move the ball a little bit and get themselves back in this game. They are more than capable of doing that.
Here comes Bailey from the 5. He had a kick return called back against SMU. Went 93 yards for a touchdown. It got Sonny Dykes ejected in that game. Saturday on ABC, it's an SEC triple header. Missouri and A&M. That's the only ranked versus ranked matchup of the weekend. Georgia.
Missouri's a dog in that game.
Yeah, they are. Georgia looks to bounce back against Auburn. Tennessee at Arkansas. There's a receiver on Missouri that popped on tape, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Big time player.
Look at time of possession. You talk about shortening the game, getting a tempo rhythm offense out of sync.
That's how you do it right there. Eat up a bunch of time, pick up first downs.
Hoover, quick throw, nearly interception number 3. Wanted Savion Williams and a Johnny Carter.
McLaurin almost came up with a pick. And he's just reading the eyes of Hoover. So he is telegraphing a lot of throws because this Cougar secondary just breaking on a lot of stuff. There were 2 in the area there, Carter as well as McLaurin.
And Carter may have been screened by his own guy. Cook chainsaws across the 40-yard line.
Gentlemen, I've been watching Josh Hoover on the sideline and talking to people around the program. The unquestioned leader this offseason. He hasn't been rattled. He's got the 2 picks tonight. But concern as of late, his first 143 passes of the season, no interceptions. His last 65 passes, now 66. He's got 6 INTs.
Richardson zigzagging along the sideline. Another chunk play after the long run by Cam Cook, a gain of 25.
Yeah, and all we talk about, in terms of all of that stuff, they can score in a hurry and they can get yards in chunks. Richardson there, he's kind of the motor that makes this thing go. They feed off his energy. And you want to make sure you're getting the ball in the hands of a guy like that on that last play.
Now their tempo is activated, and it's Cook again getting the call. So we saw the freshman Jeremy Payne get the start. Seems to have sparked Cam Cook a little bit. 5 rushes, 39 yards in this first half.
You have Williams who hasn't touched it yet. McAllister can come alive. You see Besh and Richardson waiting on the other two to get in the action for this TCU offense.
Cook again. Snakes to the outside, upended, and gets out close to the 20. A.J. Halsey's been the middle of it all for Houston.
Well, nice blocks on the outside. Deary and Harris, the left guard and left tackle, respectively. And then Savion Williams doing some unselfish stuff out on the edges to help his running back.
They continue to feed Cook. And he's driven back by Kendre Gant. All Sun Belt pick last year for Louisiana. Second down. Remember, TCU gets the ball to begin the second half.
Well, the neck braces are coming back, aren't they? Gant sporting one. I think Hodges wears one for TCU. Love it.
Should be a prerequisite for any linebacker.
I definitely think so. Chris Spielman wore one.
Brian Cox. Hoover toward the end zone. Savion Williams with the touchdown.
You cannot expect the referee to bail you out if you're McCutcheon to that side. Williams is a playmaker. No matter what is going on, you've got to play through the whistle. It looked like McCutcheon just stopped playing because he thought he was going to get a call in the end zone. Yeah, there's pushing and bumping, but you got to play through the whistle.
Savion Williams, 6'5", 225.
You know my saying, right? It's not speeding unless you get pulled over. There's no hand checking or pushing off unless it's called. Last time I looked, no flag on the field.
No flag on the field. And Kyle Lemmerman, freshman with the strong leg, on for the PAT. TCU on the board. Team that had scored at least 20 in the first half in 4 straight games. It has been that kind of half for TCU.
Wow.
One thing goes right, another goes wrong. 2 picks, now a missed PAT.
Nice job. Hoover finding the man-to-man coverage or the one-on-one coverage, and you can never really leave a receiver like Savion Williams alone and by himself. And Hoover does a nice job of just processing, finding the matchup, and then delivering a nice catchable football.
The esteemed college football writer Bruce Feldman puts out his annual freaks list, and
disqualifies.
You could see why Savion Williams made the list. Oh, by the way, can throw a football 80 yards. Andre, this was a guy who considered going pro, but realized another year, especially in this offense, he has a chance to really elevate his draft stock.
6'5", 225. He's tough to bring down. A guy that can make plays. He runs routes. He reminds me a lot of Nico Collins with the Texans. Same kind of frame.
High praise.
Same kind of frame. Excellent after the catch. And is really, really good in the red zone.
Talked to one of the scouts today pre-game about Savion Williams, and they said his upside is ridiculous with that size and speed and strength. The one thing they think he needs to work on are his hands, consistently making that catch. You know he has the potential to do it.
Makai Muse will let it sail over his head.
That missed extra point. It's kind of like just giving up 2 field goals. Makes it, tough to kind of get yourself back in this. And what are you going to do if you're Houston giving up a score? Can you answer and not allow this TCU crowd to get itself involved in the stadium, because they're literally sitting on the edges of their seats, ready to get involved in this game. Young quarterback, I'd be heating him up if I'm Andy Avalos. Bring some pressure, not allow him to sit, and then mix in some zone behind it.
3 timeouts and the 2-minute timeout remaining. Power back Burnett gets a lift from the pile to the 28. And Houston can run this down to the 2-minute timeout.
No hurry needed. They still have the 3 timeouts.
This is the 2-minute timeout.
Zion Chris has provided the spark at quarterback. 11 of 14, 121 through the air.
You've been accused of plagiarizing your master's thesis. You tell the truth, you can have this bucket of Bud Lights.
I'll go first.
No.
Professor Wilkins has been taking karate classes ever since that saxophone girl put him in a headlock.
That was a secret.
Now it's a beer.
Everybody let's focus, please.
Febreze. When you host, your bathroom can feel like a revolving door. Keep things fresh with Febreze Small Spaces. It's an outlet-free air freshener that fights odors for 45 days. So even after every flush, you know your bathroom smells amazing. La 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 la.
Let's go to our next segment, Fairest Calls, inspired by Geico's fair and fast 24/7 claim service.
Do we have to do the Geico stuff on him here?
Yep, we do. Let's play the clip.
Holding, number 53, 10-yard penalty.
This literally happens every game. Can we just skip to the action?
Nope, nothing but fair and fast claims, just like Geico. Here's the next clip.
But I don't want to play the clip.
Pass interference, number 34.
Wow, doesn't get any fairer than this, boys.
For savings and service, get more with Geico.
Check-in time is 3.
It's 2:55.
I know.
Is this what he's doing now?
As your host, I have some rules. First, no showers longer than 5 minutes. This isn't a spa. No games, no fun.
Yes, Coach.
Meanwhile, at a Verbo, when other vacation rentals make you share your turf with a host, try one you have all to yourself.
I have a surprise for you.
Oh, yes, please.
Yeah. Feast your eyes on this.
Oh, that's sexy. Feels so new.
I want to feel this feeling again and again.
Can I hold it?
How bad do you want to hold it?
I'm not gonna beg, but pretty please.
They don't. Go ahead, press a button.
Oh, it's glowing.
Apple Intelligence. We should do this more often.
Agreed.
Rekindle the feeling of love with the new iPhone 16 Pro on us. And feel it again and again with the latest iPhone every year with AT&T Next Up Anytime.
People call me a character coach. I don't coach one specific sport or team because I'm passionate about helping young people to find their purpose and identity outside of the court. Working with Thrivent on my finances, I felt like I could give more of my time and talent to help kids in my community. It's allowed me to live what I consider a truly rich life.
Let's face it, guys only want one thing.
Wish I had something natural instead of this synthetic body wash. Sydney Sweeney, body wash genie?
Dr. Squatch Body Wash. For men who prefer natural.
A message from the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment.
Save money every day with the Fun 99 menu. Treat yourself with the new cream slushes for $1.99 each. Grab a power lunch for under $6, or feed a whole family for under $20. Save how you want with the Sonic $1.99 menu. Live free, eat Sonic.
Hey, I'm Super Mahenti coming up at the half. How will Alabama react to one of the most emotional wins in program history? We got a sneak peek. We got 6 unranked undefeated teams as we hit the first Saturday in October. Who's the best? And who's the best player through 1 month? Dan's mulling it over with this September Heisman. Anish, see you at the half.
Has that award been named for Geno Smith yet, the September Heisman? Here is Zion Chris. Big hole! Open sesame! Zion Chris! Wow! The 72-yard house call!
He hit a gear, Anish, that nobody on the field at that time had. My goodness, is that explosive. Young sophomore with a patient run. Just kind of sets everything up, little quarterback draw, and in the middle of the field with two safeties parted, and nobody can run down Sion Chris. What an answer to the drive that TCU had.
TCU gets on the board, misses the PAT. A couple of plays later, Chris using his feet, and Andre, that extra gear, he got across midfield, punched in turbo boost.
Yes, he did. I mean, the safeties disappear off the hash mark, and then he picks up a nice block, and it's a foot race. At that point, Sanford throws the block, and Chris does the rest. And now, if you're TCU, you got to go back and answer. Let's go right back out, no harm, no foul. We've got a job to do as an offense. Let's go find some production and get ourselves into the end zone.
You know, Susan, you can't predict football either. Houston entering tonight, 26 first half points. Shut out the last 2 weeks. If you take away the Rice game, 6 first half points entering today. So, of course, they go for 24.
Amazing. I mean, you can't make this up. Can't find or sniff the end zone. If they have any type of production like this the previous 2 weeks, who knows? Because the defense played some outstanding football.
Monday Night Football, Week 5 matchup. As Patrick Mahomes and the undefeated Chiefs hosting the Saints at Arrowhead. It's Monday at 8 Eastern on ESPN. Rashee Rice, former SMU star, down the road, out for the season for Kansas City. There's chatter that they might be in the wide receiver market. And
Xavier Worthy's got to step up as well. He had a great start to the season, being quiet the last couple of weeks.
And Patrick Mahomes' numbers a little pedestrian early on, but they're 4-0. Well, TCU now with 2 timeouts and the way their offense goes, this is a big drive as Cook gets the call, doesn't get very far. Holmes the tackle for a loss. I was going to say, Andre, if you're TCU, you got to be thinking, score here, get the ball to begin the third, score, and you're right back in the game.
You're right back in it, but they've got to get themselves going here on the offensive side, and you're looking for just a drive starter, and haven't had it quite yet.
Been behind the chains a few too many times. Underneath, here's Besh. Bulldozes a defender, but couldn't get out of bounds. That'll keep the clock running.
He just ran right over Jeremiah Wilson. That's a big dude coming at you at 6'2", 215. You got to get your pad level down.
Jeremiah versus the horned frog, not bullfrog. On third down, incomplete miscommunication.
Now you got to punt it away.
The direction of Besh, and boy, you got Mekhi Muse, who's a dangerous punt returner now for Houston.
And timing. When you have a bad snap like Hoover just received from Brockenmeyer, you know, now the timing is thrown off. He's trying to find right on a quick little inside hitch route. It throws the timing off. Houston's off the field. And now, with 3 timeouts in about 57 seconds, you're thinking go get a field goal yourself here.
Ethan Craw punts it away. Muse signals for the fair catch, makes it inside the 25.
Fair catch made.
He did have a punt return touchdown earlier this year against Rice. Sion Chris has been the spark this team has needed.
Yeah, they did it by building his confidence with some quick throws, those swing routes, just sneak, quick little hitches or speed outs to the outside receiver. A nice comeback route on the outside to Manjack, and it's just built his confidence. And then the big 71-yard scamper right up the middle of the field, playing with a lot of confidence right now, Anish.
Given the turnover issues Houston has had this season, do you play it conservative here?
No, I'm going to get a field goal right here, big guy. Time on the clock. Another saying I have is you can't score enough points in the first half of a football game.
Burnett the first down call, no gain.
There's no such thing as too many points in the first half.
Well, you played in an era where you had to get them in the first 3 quarters because you were sitting in the fourth quarter. You scored too many.
If we happen to be playing well
many
that night, but there's no such thing as too many. It's like having too much money. There's no such thing.
And Houston will let the clock run out. TCU not calling a timeout.
I don't know. I think that's an opportunity. They were looking for a drive starter.
They're going to have to call one more play.
Yeah.
There's a second differential.
If they got it, then you go ahead and try to get the field goal. I understand that, but when there's time on the clock, you go ahead and you're trying to score.
Called for the delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Second down. By rule, that delay of game caused the clock to stop. That requires a 10-second runoff. Therefore, the half is over.
It brings us to halftime. Houston, a 1-win team, a massive underdog on the road in Fort Worth. A team that had been blank 2 weeks in a row. They found their offense and they found their quarterback. We got halftime coming up with Zubin and company after this.
Our vision changed everything. Superconductivity research at the University of Houston helped shape the modern world. But we didn't stop there. Today, UH researchers are still pushing the boundaries of what's possible with superconductivity. Faster transit, more efficient energy, better medical diagnostics. We're not just imagining the future. We're building it.
All right, we're done.
We're not done.
You need more boxes.
Fast.
I can fix that fast.
Fast fixes with Phelps.
That's why you're the GOAT.
Mr. Swimming.
Human dolphin.
Or Michael.
Deliver at the speed you need.
I was so excited when I heard this sandwich was back. I was like, Cloud 9. 2 words, Cloud 9. What's up? This is Mike.
And this is Celia.
And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich
is the symphony of flavors. You can always count on that crispy, tender, juicy chicken, and it's got pickled jalapenos, and it's so good.
My favorite part is the pimento cheese. Topped off with the honey, it all comes together perfectly. I like the original.
I like the spicy chicken fillet. But either way,
you're getting a winner.
Real customers paid for their testimonials. Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first.
It's gonna get nasty later.
Like, you know to check the weather first before sailing.
I'll go tell the Coast Guard.
So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
My moderate to severe Crohn's symptoms kept me out of the picture. Now I have Skyrizi.
I've got places to go and I'm feeling free. Controlling my Crohn's means everything to me. Control is everything to me.
And now I'm back in the picture. Feel significant symptom relief at 4 weeks with Skyrizi, including less abdominal pain and fewer bowel movements. Skyrizi helped visibly improve damage at the intestinal lining. And with Skyrizi, many were in remission at 12 weeks, at 1 year, and even at 2 years.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to. Liver problems may occur in Crohn's disease.
Ask your gastroenterologist how to take control of your Crohn's with Skyrizi.
Control is everything to me.
Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
This halftime report is presented by Skyrizi.
You know, Houston had a mini quarterback controversy coming into this game tonight. I think it's over. Chris is your guy. That's just before the half. 72 yards to the house. Cougars, 24-6, stunning the Horned Frogs. With that, we welcome you inside the halftime report. Dan Mullen, Joey Galloway, Zubin Mehenti. Incredible for a team that had been averaging just over 5 points per game.
I told you guys Willie Fritz was going to turn it around.
You did say that.
I told you. I told you he's going to turn it around.
You didn't say this week.
It doesn't matter when.
Open-ended.
As long as it gets turned around.
Turnaround is a great way to put what happened last Saturday night. Georgia thought they almost had it turned around against Alabama. We saw the finish. Joey, Bama's got Vandy, Georgia's got Auburn. They can most bounce back a little bit.
Yeah, this is an amazing game. Alabama jumps out to 28-0 lead, and Georgia just stays in there because they're such a good football team. They weren't just going to go away. They come back, they take a lead late, and then late heroics by Alabama win the football game. Young Ryan Williams scored, and then this interception ends it. An amazing game, maybe the best game of the year so far.
Yeah, these two will kick off within 45 minutes of each other Saturday. Ole Miss off a loss. Coach, South Carolina's off the bye.
Absolutely. It's going to be a tough one because Ole Miss, their offense completely disappeared in their first test of the season, but their defense didn't. They're giving up just over 7 points a game, but it's never easy to go and play in Columbia, South Carolina.
No, that's the second game on ESPN Saturday. The fourth and final kickoff for you, Matt, Joey, Dan. The whole crew will be in Miami. And Cal game day will be there. How about this one?
Yeah, Cal won their first 3 games, and they lost last week against Florida State. They got to bounce back against a Miami team that might be the best team in the ACC behind Cam Ward and the way he's playing, having an incredible season. But they also had a close game against Virginia Tech. So expect Miami to be ready. They got a wake-up call, but they found a way to win.
Yes, that, of course, was last Friday night, and everybody's been talking about it since. We'll see what happens when they travel to Berkeley, 3,000 miles away. Game day's first appearance out there in Northern California. All right, so let's just talk about this from a macro standpoint. Take me inside the locker room as a coach. Tough to bounce back off an emotional win where you know the inevitable downfall is coming a little bit, or an emotional loss, which really curtails your margin of error if you're trying to get to the playoff.
It's always tougher coming off an emotional loss because the negativity, you lost the game. The negativity when you leave from your family, from the fan base, everybody around you is down because you lost the game. We always had a big saying, you don't want to let one team beat you twice. You have to put the loss away. Let's see what we did poorly. How are we going to rebound from it? How are we going to improve? And let's emotionally pick ourselves up right away when we hit that practice field.
And as a player, you make mistakes in games, whether you win or lose. They're just easier to watch if you win the football game because now those mistakes didn't cause you to lose. When you make mistakes in a game that you lose, you're like, man, that was a part of losing the game. I think the losing team will want to get that taste out of their mouths. They'll be focused. Don't get me wrong. I think Alabama wins, but I think Georgia will come in more angry because they lost last week.
Once again, it'll be Alabama at Vandy, Auburn at Georgia. We'll see how they all bounce back on Saturday. Still to come here on the halftime report. Dan's been mulling it over. We're 1 month into the season. Who's your Heisman favorite? At number 1, we'll have the answer. He's been mulling it over all week, and he'll unveil it next.
This halftime report is presented by Sky Rizzi.
I have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Thanks to Sky Rizzi, I'm on my way with clearer skin. 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Sky Rizzi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to.
Nothing on my skin means everything. Ask your dermatologist about Sky Rizzi. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
This isn't one of those sad, fits in a petite paper bag kind of value meal. This is Arby's $7 double meats meal. Big boy bags only. Arby's, we have the meats.
Hey, Mark, what are you doing, buddy?
I've always wanted to be in a homecoming parade. I grew these flowers myself, but more so, I grew as a person. Check this. Showtime.
Roll Tide.
It'll be raining cats and dogs again. Time to waterproof with Gorilla.
Waterproof with Gorilla? Ah! Gorilla Waterproof Patch and Seal.
Of course.
Spray it, tape it, spread it, brush it to stop and prevent leaks. For the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
go. We're in the building, baby. Ooh, that was crazy. Travel, man. Let's go. He was in the air for like 20 minutes. You saw that vertical? You saw that dude's vertical? That's what I'm talking about. Buckets, baby. Buckets.
Everything you thought you knew is brand new.
We on a new wave. This ain't what it was.
See, when the game changes, so do we. Every day, every play. Always been greater than 12, now standing 16 strong. In every end zone, any time zone. When everyone else keeps asking, what's next? We know we are.
Let's go!
And we're coming to your city. The college football party all in all.
Campuses 3,000 miles apart. They'll share 100 yards Saturday night. Get it going Saturday morning. Hey, a reminder, if you want to know where you can watch your favorite team, go to Where to Watch on the ESPN app and ESPN.com. Tap or click the TV in the upper right and enter your team. Where to Watch, the ultimate guide to live sports. And the schedule guide says for many teams across the country, we're about halfway through the regular season schedule. Where did it all go? You've got takes. Dan's got takes. He's been mulling it over all week. 3 topics as usual. As we head to the first Saturday in October, we've got a half dozen undefeated, unranked teams. Take us through this half dozen with regards to the one that's really maybe caught your eye more than the others.
Well, it's exciting having some new names that are undefeated in September. It's exciting having you mulling it over with me tonight.
Great to be here.
So I look at this group. There's some great teams, but James Madison is above and beyond the rest of the teams. They had a huge win going into Chapel Hill, putting 70 on North Carolina. Bob Chesney in his first year from Holy Cross, where he won a bunch of championships. They have an exciting quarterback in Alonzo Barnett. I'm excited. I get to see them live and in person this coming Thursday. I think they are the best of that group, and watch out for JMU as the year goes on.
I'm sure you, Matt, are going to enjoy that opportunity here in less than a week. The coach of the year, we can wait. The coach of September on the board, and I got to say, one of these guys actually has a tie to the team we just talked about.
He does. But I want to say, there's some huge wins here. These guys have done a great job. Kalen DeBoer, Sark, Josh Heupel have huge wins, but they also were expected to have huge wins in great seasons. Kirk Cignetti took over Indiana, coming from JMU last year where he had a lot of success, but he has them 5-0 for the first time since 1967. They were 3-9 last year, 1-8 in the Big Ten. He has this team playing at a high level. He's got a quarterback from the family Rourke that comes in, the long list of Rourke QBs, but they are playing at an extremely high level, playing confident, and because of that, his coaching is the coach of September.
Yeah, Curtis Rourke made 33 starts playing for the Ohio Bobcats out of the MAC. We'll crown a Heisman Trophy winner right here on ESPN on a Saturday night in December, but we do have the Heisman for the first month of the season, and there are plenty of worthy names on this list.
Absolutely. My September Heisman ballot starts with Jalen Milroe and Cam Ward in a tie for third. A lot of people have them at the top. They've both put up great months, had put on shows in big games. But you know what? It's the most outstanding player in all of college football. And they've done it. It's not just the MVP of the top team. So you got to go to Ashton Jeanty, gets that second place vote, because if you can watch him and you stay up super late at night when Boise plays, he averages over 10 yards a carry, has 13 touchdowns, averaging 211 yards per game. He is special and fun to watch. But the most outstanding player in all of college football, Travis Hunter. When you turn on the Buffs, he's the best defensive player on the field. He's the best offensive player on the field. He plays almost every snap of the game. And for that, as the most outstanding player in college football, he gets my Heisman September ballot.
Those are the odds on the screen. You mentioned almost every snap, 130 against UCF, and now the schedule really stiffens up for the Buffs. We'll be mulling it over all the way to Monday night, January 20th, Championship Monday. And Joey, the bottom name on that list that we were speaking about there with Dan was Nico Iamaleava. We got the Vols and the Hogs on your local ABC station Saturday night.
Yeah, Tennessee coming off of a bye week. Last time we saw them, they beat Oklahoma, a first ranked opponent. Their schedule will get much tougher as they move into the SEC schedule.
Back with more Friday Night Highlights next.
This halftime report is presented by Sky Rizzi.
My moderate to severe Crohn's symptoms kept me out of the picture. With Sky Rizzi, feel significant symptom relief at 4 weeks. Many people were in remission at 12 weeks, 1 year, and even at 2 years.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to. Liver problems may occur in Crohn's disease or UC.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Sky Rizzi.
Now approved for UC.
Were you worried the wedding would be too much?
Nah. Another destination wedding! We just got back from her sister's in Napa. Who gets married in Napa? My daughter. Who gets married someplace more expensive? My other daughter! Cancun, Jamaica! Why can't they use my backyard?
With Empower, we get all our financial questions answered, so we don't have to worry.
Can we get out of here?
I thought you'd never ask.
Join 18 million Americans and take control of your financial future with a real-time dashboard and real-live conversations.
Empower. What's next?
There are those who see the world through a different lens, who take risks, who are willing to make a stand. Because trails, they aren't blazed by the timid, but by the bold. For 150 years, TCU has been creating the next generation of leaders. To think audaciously, care compassionately, lead heroically. And now, it's our turn, our time to lead on.
Some people just know they can save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check your spelling first before taking off your shirts.
Stu, Virginia.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
Hey, what's up? I'm the W.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
The truth about DIY is you never really do it all by yourself.
Because this setup took 2 videos and a quick demo.
You can change your color here.
And all of this started here, detoured here, and ended
down here.
And this pizza wasn't delivery. This was.
I wonder if they do have it.
We do.
So whenever you start a project,
don't worry.
You're not alone.
We can do this together.
So what are you working on?
Hey, just a reminder, coming up on SportsCenter after they're done in Fort Worth, College Game Day will get you set for a big Saturday. Aaron Rodgers and company are overseas, and we're creeping closer to the WNBA Finals. All of that at 10:30 Eastern Time. End your NFL week on a Monday night. The Chiefs, it's been nothing but close escapes. The Saints, after that blistering start, cool down just a little bit. Monday night, 8 Eastern from Arrowhead, Peyton and Eli on ESPN2. Fran Brown said, you know what, I need to send Ryan Day some champagne because he got me Kyle McCord, and they're at it against UNLV early.
Kyle McCord is 7 of 7 so far in this game. Got the offense of Syracuse moving.
And then Michigan State and Oregon. Michigan State's quarterback, Aiden Childs, formerly of Oregon State, so he's back in the Pacific Northwest. Look at this hookup.
Yeah, you love the aggressiveness, 4th down. You're the underdog on the road, but you got to get in the end zone on 4th down because
Childs, he's going to keep it here, Coach.
Joey
coughed it up.
Hold on. It over in the red zone.
And just like that, it remains scoreless in Eugene. Huge turn of events there. This could be a huge win for Houston. TCU needs more plays like that. They're going to have the ball to start the second half, which is on the way.
With investing options from Navy Federal Credit Union, Rob feels financially at ease, which means he can worry about other things like landing this fish. What if the fish is really big? What if it's not a fish? What if it's treasure? What if the treasure is cursed? Rob has a lot of things to worry about, but as a member of Navy Federal, his finances aren't one of them. Become a member today. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
Panera's mac and cheese? Fave. Tomato soup in a bread bowl? Fave. All your favorites, always at Panera. So grab a chocolate chipper. We know it's a fave too. Panera. Free, no-fee delivery for My Panera Rewards members on our app.
Oh, hello, Bling Bling.
Hey.
I thought you just went to look.
I know, but I look good.
Yeah, you look good.
Mm-hmm.
What's all the wagging about? PetSmart's got big news. We're lowering prices on over 1,000 items like toys, treats, and food from the brands you both love. And Treats Rewards members get 2% back in savings on every purchase. Getting the best for less? Now that's a big deal. PetSmart. Anything for pets.
Derrick Henry. Hey, Jake from State Farm. I saved so much bundling, it inspired my workout. Auto! Home!
Okay, and this is auto again, right?
Auto!
Hey, this is my living room.
Home!
Bundling, just another way to save with the personal price plan.
The dog isn't allowed on the couch, Derrick.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome everyone to Arlington, Texas, and the Dr. Pepper Big 12 Championship game. Into the end zone, short of his shoe bottoms. It's intercepted going the other way. To the end zone, touchdown.
Welcome back to ESPN College Football Primetime, presented by Ram Trucks. It's all a part of the Big 12 Conference on ESPN. Trading places, maybe Freaky Friday. It feels like these two teams have switched places. TCU, a team that had no trouble scoring, has had trouble scoring. Houston has found its offense. They found their quarterback, too.
Yeah, and the one common thing is the Houston defense came to play. They traveled this week up I-45. But I tell you what, it's been impressive. Zion Chris, the way he has played the first half of this game has been unbelievable.
First half stats are brought to you by Chewy. Houston having success offensively. Time of possession could be big later in the game.
Yeah, and what you like about this is the rushing yards and the passing yards, balance on offense and possessing the football, racking up first downs, making it tough for TCU to do what they normally do offensively.
It feels like this first drive of the third quarter is a huge tipping point for TCU. Bailey from the 6. Turbines his way to the 25-yard line. Let's check in with Paul Carcaterra.
Self-destruction in the East. That's what Sonny Dykes, just how he described this first half in terms of the turnovers, the lack of protection for Josh Hoover. He feels like they have opportunities in the pass game. It's just a matter of getting Hoover into a groove. There's been open receivers, and we highlighted off the top, they have a quartet of receivers that are good as any in the nation. It's a matter of them being on the same page. Defensively, he told me it's been a struggle to stop the quarterback run game. Zion Chris, 91 yards on the ground in the first half.
Yeah, including 71 on a touchdown late in that first half. Low snap. Here's the blitz. Richardson's been the go-to target tonight, and he makes the catch near the sticks. And it looks like he's got enough for a first down. J.P. Richardson with his 5th catch.
Well, he plays with the same type of energy that his dad played with. He was a quarterback at Texas A&M. Reliable player.
First down normally gets TCU going. Richardson, broken tackle, out of bounds. Nice pickup there. Michael Batten pushed him out.
You see now, instead of holding the football with Josh Hoover, just get it to some playmakers. Get it to a guy like J.P. Richardson. Get it to Williams in the end zone for their only touchdown. The guys that can spark this offense, they give it a spark.
Hoover came into the game 3rd nationally in passing yards, behind only Jackson Dart of Ole Miss and Cam Ward of Miami. Only had 88 passing yards in that first half. He finds Besh, second in the nation in receiving yards. And Andre, when you turn on the film, that's what you see. The first guy never seems to bring Jack Besh down, and we get a flag at the end of the play.
And he knows how to get himself open as well, because he works back back to his quarterback. And if he just kind of stays planted where the route finishes itself.
Personal foul, face mask, offense number 18, 15-yard penalty, repeat second down.
Rarely see it, but when you're trying to stiff arm a guy, you may get the face mask of a defender, and that's exactly what happened here.
Hung on to the face mask.
Jeremiah Wilson in coverage, and he just gets a handful of his face mask.
Besh earlier in the week added to the Bolitnikov watch list. A young man who had some injuries the last couple of years, but as a freshman at LSU, he had the most receptions on a team that had two future first-rounders in Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas.
He's had 100 yards receiving in 4 of the 5 games that TCU's played this year. So he can get himself going at any minute.
Including a 200-yard game against UCF. Low snap again. Hoover slings one. That's complete. Blake Noel, the 5th-year senior, 4th catch of the year.
And Houston elects to kind of play a little bit of zone, and it allows him to just find a hole, and Hoover's starting to heat up.
Yeah, that's dangerous with these receivers. Hoover wants Savion Williams. Overthrown by about a yard or 2.
He can track anything with the speed that he has. Just want to lob it up a little bit more and let him go get it. But he had pressure, and once Williams saw the pressure on Hoover, he just converted this to a vertical, and Hoover almost got it to him.
There you saw Williams hustling to try to get there. Dominique Johnson, grad transfer from Arkansas, he played for Kendall Briles, gets the call. He's their big bruiser and brings it into Houston territory.
He's trying to get back on schedule after that incompletion on first down.
This could be 4-down territory.
Well, I think it is. When you're down 24-6 and you cross midfield, you know, that so-called book everyone talks about is telling you to go for it.
TCU 0 for 4 on 3rd down today. Here comes the blitz. Batten throws Hoover to the ground, back at the 40. Dominique Johnson, the running back, tried to pick up Batten, who blew right past him.
Yeah, Batten is the team's leader in tackles. He's one of the leaders on this defense. He's just going to find his way to Josh Hoover on a delayed blitz. Goes right through the running back and into the lap of Josh Hoover. It's going to force a TCU punt. But they missed him last week, had to leave the game with cramps for a little while. Made his way back into it and certainly playing tonight and having some success.
Mekhi Muse signals for the fair catch. Wisely lets it bounce into and out of the end zone. This season, Allstate celebrates every field goal and extra point with a donation to the participating university's General Scholarship Fund. Thank you, Allstate. So, what felt like a big drive for TCU, can they get some momentum coming out of halftime? Yeah, the face mask penalty against Besh, then the sack by Batten. Houston gets the ball back, and Houston's had the ball for the majority of this game. How does this TCU defense now try to find an answer?
I'm Houston. I'm trying to run the football, and you've got to stop it, stop the run, and that includes quarterback runs by Zion Chris.
Little RPO, Chris changing direction and picks up about 2.
He's got some shiftiness to him.
Kark?
Yeah, I spoke to Willie Fritz moments ago, and he loved the balance offensively. Over 120 yards on the ground and through the air. Zion Chris feeling really comfortable in his start tonight, and he's kept this TCU defense honest. Defensively with the 2 picks, he says they're playing the deep ball really well. Great anticipation by his defensive backs, and not letting these speedy receivers get over the top has been critical, he said.
Houston's defense has answered the call against one of the best passing offenses in the country. Butler thrown for a loss, 3rd down. And Andre coming into the game, Houston told us the plan was to play Zion Chris and Donovan Smith, but they cautioned. But if Zion Chris got off to a fast start, they were going to stick with him, and they have.
Yeah, or if he didn't and Donovan Smith came into the game, he got a hot hand, they would stay with him. But it's been Chris who has done one heck of a job in leading this offense. Got to be careful here where they are in terms of field position.
Screen pass. Man jack. He's going to be well short, so TCU's defense gets a much-needed stop.
Yeah,
and I'll get it back for their offense.
I love the play call there because it's not allowing him to hold the ball too long and then get hit and the ball comes out, or you're trying to read down the field and he throws into coverage. Get it out of his hands quickly. The way your defense is playing, punt and play defense.
TCU has had 15 punt return touchdowns since 2012.
Big 12 special teams player of the week back to receive this punt.
Richardson had one last week against Kansas, but a fair catch call at the 35-yard line. Hoover and this quartet of wide receivers back at it for the Horned Frogs.
One thing we know is true, no matter race, gender, ethnicity.
The need to screen when due.
For colon cancer's a priority.
Indeed. Everyone 45 plus at average risk should screen for colon cancer. These folks are getting it done at home with me, Cologuard.
Cologuard is a one-of-a-kind way to screen for colon cancer that's effective and non-invasive. It's for people 45 plus at average risk, not high risk. False positive and negative results may occur. Ask your provider for Cologuard.
I did it my way.
BK Royal Crispy Wraps. Eat it with the meal or have it as a snack. Only $2.99. It's a hunger hack and it fits in one hand. At BK, have it your way.
Okay, everyone. Our mission is to provide complete balanced nutrition for strength and energy.
Ensure with 27 vitamins and minerals, nutrients for immune health, and Ensure Complete with 30 grams of protein.
USAA for the military community and their families.
Cut. Sam, I really need to feel that USAA service. Gronkier.
Grunkier. USAA. You could be eligible if your spouse, parent, or even your grandparents served.
That was it. You're in.
As a veteran, I'm already in. You? I wouldn't get your hopes up, son. USAA. Are you eligible?
Simple shopping. That's all I want. I just want things to be fast and easy.
Yeah, join the club.
I want it here already.
The baby?
No, our groceries. I wish we could get same-day delivery.
Yeah, join the club.
And free curbside pickup would be nice. You know, stay in my car. They bring it to me.
Yeah, join the club. Yeah, join the club and get free curbside pickup. We bring it to you.
See, she brings it to me.
Plus, members now get free delivery from Club on qualifying orders $50 or more.
There wouldn't be an hour in the day that I wouldn't think about my hair thinning.
I hid under my hat for a good 3 years.
I experienced many challenges with prescribed medication.
Losing your sex drive feels very shameful.
My dermatologist recommended Nutrafol.
It's 100% drug-free and clinically tested.
Within 3 months, there was new growth.
My hair was stronger, and I don't have to choose between my health or my hair.
Try the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand at Nutrafol.com.
The SEC on ABC, a high-stakes Saturday, starting at noon with Missouri and Texas A&M. At 3:30, Auburn faces Georgia, and in primetime, Tennessee takes on Arkansas. All day Saturday on ABC.
Gentlemen, UFC 307 tomorrow night in Salt Lake City. The night's headlined by 2 title fights. Main card begins at 10 Eastern on pay-per-view with the prelims at 8. To order the main card in English or Spanish, go to ESPNplus.com/PPView. And Alex Pereira and Khalil Roundtree for the light heavyweight title. They call Pereira Stone Hands, the Brazilian kickboxer. Andre, you don't want to get in the way of those mitts.
Definitely don't want to mess with
out.
him.
Ice.
Just take a look at his ears and you don't want to mess with it.
Yeah, good thing he's a fighter, not a receiver. Hoover's throw to the sideline, incomplete for Cook.
Went nowhere to go with a football for Hoover tonight. You've got all these talented receivers. You got to give credit where credit's due. This defensive of Houston playing out of its mind right now.
Yeah, their defensive coordinator, Sheil Wood, was with Willie Fritz at Tulane last year. Also spent time as a D coordinator at Troy and Army. On the ground here on second down. Patient run, and then the burst by Cam Cook.
McLaurin coming from the backside just hesitates long enough to where Cam Cook gets into the hole, and now you can't track him down. You're chasing from behind, as opposed to if you hit that thing at 100 miles an hour, you might get Cam Cook before he gets started. It's a heck of a run by Cook, though.
Reinforcements up front for Houston. Stillman exits along with Mack, Strong, and Allen back in. Play action. Bash on the slant, juggled it, and could not hold on. Halsey got in the way.
Halsey with a little bit of separating Besh from the ball. And Besh is usually a pretty sure-handed receiver on the back end. And it's a heck of a collision with a safety from Houston.
You wonder if they look at this for targeting?
I think so.
I think he gets him with the shoulder.
His shoulder, and they slip to the shoulder of Besh.
Cook on the sweep. Dragged down at the 45-yard line. That's McCutcheon. Third down coming up. Again, 4-down territory for TCU. Looking for a spark.
It's a heck of a job of out leveraging the defense. When you're not supposed to get outside, he gets outside. Yeah, but McAllister got away with one, didn't he? Talking Jersey just almost tugged to the point where it wouldn't go anymore.
3 receivers toward the boundary. Now Trent Battle comes back. Time for Hoover. He'll take off. And he is hit shy of the first down marker. Halsey and Allen.
Man, I love this kid. Halsey can play some football, man. A couple of interceptions on the night already, but he is coming up and he is not afraid to let you have it. Hoover has got to do a better job of getting himself down where you're protecting yourself. You don't want to take on guys like A.J. Halsey.
Allen was slow to get up. He limps off. Playing with a right knee brace. He's the anchor of that defensive line. Junior from Atlanta, who started at Kennesaw State, and now 4th down. No surprise here. TCU will go for it.
Came up short once early in this game, needing a conversion here to keep this drive alive.
Savion Williams, bottom of your screen, with a Johnny Carter.
And it's man across the board.
Richardson in motion. There's Savion Williams, quick slant, pitch and catch. First down, TCU.
They try to match size with size, so they go to Carter on Savion Williams, and he just gets inside position. Such a good route runner. Nice job of separating and squaring up to the quarterback.
They go back to Savion Williams, too high, and they're going to get Carter, who looked like he got enough of Williams to draw the flag. You mentioned that matchup, 6'5" wideout, 6'2" cornerback.
Pass interference, defense number 12, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Yeah, just trying to go size for size, and maybe if you throw it up to a larger corner, and Carter would be able to make a play, but Williams is losing him on the line of scrimmage. So good off the line of scrimmage that you don't give him some help, you don't get Carter some help over the top, it could turn into a long second half.
It's a TCU offense that can score quickly. Cook wants the corner. And able to turn that into a chunk play on first down.
We had 2 or 3 white jerseys out there trying to turn him back inside, and they do that, but then you don't have guys there once he turns back in to make tackles. It's one heck of an effort on the part of Cam Cook.
Richardson tripped up by Carter and then finished off. And he's got it up for a first down at the 12.
If you're Richardson, you got that ball hanging out. This is, you have a defender come behind you and tip it out and put that baby away.
6 catches for J.P. Richardson, 1 off a career high.
He is some player.
We told you they had 4, and Richardson's been the guy tonight.
Waiting on McAllister to get into this thing tonight.
Zykeas Strong able to join the fray for Houston, and when the offense subs, the defense can take its time to sub, and now TCU has got to burn a timeout
because of the play clock.
TCU sub late, which allows Houston to then sub, and the play clock running down.
There is no hurry to get on and off the field if you're the defense. You want the play clock to run itself down and force TCU, like they just did, to take the timeout.
Hey, Matt, what did you see there?
Well,
they subbed
you guys
looked like they subbed too late.
They did sub late, but the rule says you have to react promptly, which means the defense got to hustle off the field. They can't just lollygag and take their time going off. Now, the problem is the offense always calls the timeout.
Yeah, Matt, I'm going to give TCU, if I'm Houston, exactly what they're giving me. When we subbed off and on, TCU took the just time to get on the field. So I'm going to give them exactly what they're giving to me.
All right. Well, you want to do this at a break, Toms? Oh, we were on air the whole time, Andre.
Yes, we were.
Hoover out of an empty set here on first down. Payne, the freshman, in motion. Blitz from the middle. Jump ball broken up, intended for Williams, and a flag at the end of the play. But Travion McCutcheon in coverage.
That's what happens when you have a weapon and a guy the size of Williams when you get down inside the red zone. A matchup nightmare for a lot of corners and a lot of defensive backs. I'm going to get McCutcheon for interference, or they're talking about it for a long time.
Pass interference, defense number 2. Foul occurred in the end zone. Ball will be placed on the 2-yard line. Automatic first down.
They got Halsey on the inside. I'm not sure that was Halsey. They may have meant McCutcheon. Halsey's just a spectator.
So first and goal, TCU. 5.5 to go, third quarter.
Needing to get in the end zone. Right here, the Horned Frogs.
Williams, the motion man. Here is Payne, the freshman, with his first collegiate touchdown.
That's what he's got to keep. Give that one to the official. Go get that one, young man. Looks like TCU's going to stay on the field for a 2-point conversion, but it wasn't a whole lot. They did an excellent job of opening things up along the offensive line and into the end zone untouched. Goes Payne. Just a great job in front of him by the offensive line.
TCU had missed an extra point earlier. They'll go for 2 to make it a 10-point game. First 2-point conversion attempt of the season. Play clock is down to 4. Now they reset it to 25. There's the snap. Cook is tackled short of the line. And the 2-point conversion fails, so both touchdowns. A missed extra point, and now a failed 2-point conversion. It's 24-12 with 5.5 left in the third.
Being the best takes hard work. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs.
I'm the Modelo Recruiter, and I'm looking for fans with good hands and great speed. The ones who stay focused and never miss a play. They go the distance on game day, even when their team is away. I'm always watching, always looking to reward more full-time fans. Because football isn't really football without you.
Your wall is completely undefended.
Okay.
You need Bear Dynasty. Here, here, and here.
But it's almost game time. It goes on in one coat. It really has it all.
I sure do love that color.
You would.
Pause for the facts. Classic first-timers. They don't know that nearly half of all used cars have been in an accident. But Carfax shows how accidents impact price, so they don't have to overpay. Unpause.
Ooh, one with no accidents.
Shop the all-new Carfax.com.
The new $7 Lux Cravings box from Taco Bell with the beefy 5-layer burrito, Doritos Locos Taco, and the Chicken Chalupa Supreme. The only thing not Lux about it is the price. The new $7 Lux Cravings box, only at Taco Bell.
I know 20 of you and you're rich as hell. We're going to give you tax cuts. We're going to pay.
I'm not rich as hell. I'm the one that really needs the break, not the people that are already rich and have the money. The 1% don't serve anybody but themselves. So for them to get a tax break, no, that's not cool. Kamala Harris is going to make billionaires pay their fair share, and she's going to cut taxes for working people like me. I'm Buddy, and I'm not rich as hell, and I'm voting for Kamala Harris.
FFPAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
The future of value is here, and it's huge. The new 2-4-6-8 value menu, only at Denny's.
Willie Fritz in his first season as Houston's head coach. Everywhere he's gone, he's won. At Blinn, back-to-back undefeated seasons.
Love the mustache.
And junior college championships. Led D2 Central Missouri to the playoffs for the first time. Led Sam Houston State to back-to-back FCS championship game appearance. 17 wins in 2 seasons at Georgia Southern. Resurrected Tulane. Remember the Cotton Bowl win against Caleb Williams and USC. And now at Houston, 1-4 to start off his Houston tenure. Usually, end of year 2, year 3, he gets it going. It's just a matter of time with this guy. You have to be patient.
Give the man some time. He'll produce a winner.
Let's go to the studio and check in with Zubin.
Anish, thank you. Dylan Gabriel, look at this throw as Oregon's hosting Michigan State. Trayshawn Holden is going to come down with it. Scary moment earlier in the game when Gabriel was hit hard, but what a grab. Anish, you know we saw a couple great grabs last Saturday. How about that one on a Friday? And then Gabriel will take it in on his own. They're up early at Autzen as we send it back to you.
Dylan Gabriel lighting it up for Oregon. Screen pass. Stacey Sneed brought down by Johnny Hodges.
They caught it so far behind the line of scrimmage that by the time he turned up, he'd barely gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. You can't be overly conservative with Zion Chris. You're going to have to take some chances, or TCU's just going to sit on things, make tackles, and force you to punt. But you can't go into shutdown mode now. You got to stay aggressive offensively.
Too much time. Pressure off the edge. Chris hit. And submerged under a tsunami of purple. Zachary Chapman, Travis Jackson among the Horned Frogs who got in there.
There are about 5 different purple jerseys on Zion Chris, and he's slow to get up.
Last year at Louisiana, He started 7 games before a season-ending foot injury.
They're just surrounded by a sea of purple.
Chapman, 42 in purple, looked like he may have gotten some face mask.
I thought so, but then seeing it on the replay, it was just kind of across the front portion of his jersey, but it was really close.
4.5 to go in the third. They work on Chris.
Don't freak out, but you can get 50% off all menu price Domino's pizzas when you order online right now.
Right now?
Right now.
Right now?
Right now? Right now.
50% off, honey! Right now!
Now through the end of the week, get 50% off all menu price pizzas when you order online at Domino's.
You know, Coach Prime, it's nice to finally have some free time. Gives you a chance to reflect on the important things.
Like how Aflac pays people money for the expenses health insurance doesn't cover.
Health insurance does leave a gap.
But Aflac gives people money to help close that gap. Oh, Coach Prime got one on the line too, baby.
See, that's how you hold up a trophy, trust me.
Get help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover.
Aflac
is an official sponsor of ESPN College Game Day.
I hope y'all hungry.
I'm glad I brought my own dinner.
Bookstores. I read that one. I read that one. I read that. I didn't read that one. I didn't read that one. Hey, can you get this? Because I left my wallet way in my back pocket. My pleasure, because I earn unlimited 2% cash back. Wow, this is fascinating. Did you know whales and barnacles have a parasitic relationship? Oh, I know about parasitic relationships. Let's go, barnacle. Off you go.
Unlimited 2% cash back. The Wells Fargo Active Cash Credit Card.
Do you think we should head back?
Dong. Zippy, 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 dong. Ricky, ticky, 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 boom. Bella, 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 bella.
Take the next exit on the right.
Teca, 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 boom.
At Papa John's, get an extra large New York style one-topping pizza for only $10.99. It's a mouth-watering, stretched thinner, made bigger, more for your money, extra large New York style one-topping pizza for only $10.99. Better get you some Papa John's.
Honey?
But the gains are pumping.
Yeah, the market's closed.
Futures don't sleep in the after hours, bro.
Dad, is Mommy a finance bro?
She switched careers to make money for your weddings.
Ooh, penny stocks are blowing up. Sweetie, grab your piggy bank. We're going all in. Let me ask you, for your wedding, do you want a gazebo and a river?
I don't... What's a gazebo?
Something that your mother always wanted and never got.
Or you could give these different investment options a shot.
The right money moves aren't as aggressive as you think.
I'm keeping the best.
Faraway places, far away over.
Why choose a mobile network built for places you'll probably never be, instead of for where you are most of the time? Xfinity Mobile was designed for where you need it most.
Zion Chris exits. We watched the replay. Chapman, 42, might have grazed the face mask, but never grabbed it. Got the jersey. Chris left the game. Donovan Smith, who began the season as the starter and was the starter last year, enters the game for the first time today, and he picks up about 8 yards on 3rd and long. It sets up 4th down, and Liam Doherty and the punting team will come on.
Yeah, being very careful on this end of the field, and they're going to allow a cold quarterback to make a mistake, even though he has a ton of experience coming in ice cold. He'll punt and play defense here.
Richardson waits inside his own 35. Retreats to the 26, hit immediately. That's Carter with the special teams tackle as we check in with Zubin.
Well, Anish, post-Luka, it's been okay. Malik Williams was awesome in his debut. He's looking good yet again. They've cut into it Syracuse by 7 in Vegas. We'll keep you up to date.
UNLV, one of the great stories of the early season, and the whole Matthew Sluka affair, I think, has sort of cast a shadow on what has been a tremendous story for a program that hasn't had this kind of success.
What they put up
since
last
Randall
week
Cunningham was the QB.
What they put up without him last week, 50 plus.
Sluka decided certain needs weren't met. That one was caught by Richardson. He coughs it up, and Houston gets the ball back. That was a catch. It looked to be a football move, and a fumble. Third turnover for TCU.
Definitely a fumble. And you don't see that much out of J.P. Richardson. Usually sure-handed, protects the football. They put it in his hands a lot. They're trying to get some extra yards and do a heck of a job. It's McLaurin who punches it out. And the big fella, Carlos Allen, pounces on it.
In the last 2+ games now, TCU has 11 turnovers and a -9 turnover margin. Short field for Houston. Chris is back in there, a little trickeration. Wow, Jaden York with his 5th catch. Junior from Austin by way of Texas Tech.
Bud Clark coming up big time from the TCU secondary. A little trickeration going on, but it didn't fool Bud Clark.
Clark, one of the veteran leaders on the back end of that defense, a captain. 8 career interceptions. Jack, the motion man. He gets it on the fly sweep and dropped. Austin Jordan has stepped up tonight. Came into the game after Abe Camaro was ejected for targeting, and Camaro's backup, Jace Oliver, got hurt.
Yeah, he's done a heck of a job. Austin Jordan, when you're in space, you've got to make that tackle. Otherwise, Man Jack's going to run for a while. Also, it puts Houston in a 3rd down and long situation with a young quarterback in Zion Chris. They turn up the heat a little bit here and force the ball out of his hands, but you have to maintain rush angles because of his legs.
And Houston's got an unreliable kicking game. Chris using his legs and finds a way past the marker for a 1st down.
Well, nice job. It's a quarterback run, and it's quarterback run all the way. Not pulling it down because the read was wrong, but they lose leverage on the outside, contain his loss, and it's easy for a guy like Chris to pick up a 1st down when you do that. When you rush, you have to maintain the integrity because you get one guy out of position and he'll make you pay for it.
Chris pumps. Fires a strike over the middle. It's Jonah Wilson. And another 1st down to the 11-yard line.
He's done just enough in the passing game, hasn't he? I mean, just enough to keep TCU off balance. It's not, a clinic that's going on, but it's just enough where now you can't crowd the line of scrimmage and play the run against Houston because he's completed some passes down the field.
Yeah, and he's been accurate. 15 out of 18, 141 through the air, another 97 on the ground. The power back, Burnett charging across the 5. Obi Izor finally brought him down.
Maybe they can pick up a 1st down just inside the 1-yard line or just outside the 1-yard line, but getting Big Burnett going downhill, they have missed his physical presence in the running game.
2 tight ends into the game, Carr and York. Burnett remains in on 2nd and 3.
False start. Offense, number 66. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Peyton Dunn, the left guard, who had to shift over earlier for Hunter and play some center because he was injured. Now back at his normal spot, and just a little bit of a flinch when he sees Johnny Hodges getting ready to blitz from that linebacker spot. Run it
That's
down.
the end of the third quarter.
Get us to the fourth quarter, Anish.
TCU has won 9 in a row against Houston. The Cougars' last win against TCU came in '92. Their last win in Fort Worth came when Andre Ware was playing quarterback.
You sure you're gonna be okay?
I'll be fine.
Bye.
Honey, hi.
Hey, how are you guys?
We're getting by.
Great, me too.
Can we call you back?
You never want to lose your edge. This is an SUV that really understands that. The Lexus RX.
We about to level up. We about to level up.
The next icon of vacations, Star of the Seas. Book today.
Team, it's been a grind, but I think I've aged you well. Some might say perfect. Who's ready to show who's the cheesiest?
I woke up feeling the cheesiest, coach!
Cheez-It, official sponsor of the college football playoff.
You got to frank it up.
Frank it up!
Crank it up!
Yeah!
Frank's Red Hot. It's the perfect blend of flavor and heat.
There's news. And there's good news. Like thousands of patients receiving free, life-changing surgeries from volunteer doctors and nurses on hospital ships. All made possible by kindness. We love good news.
Panera's mac and cheese? Fave. Tomato soup in a bread bowl? Fave. All your favorites, always at Panera. So grab a chocolate chipper. We know it's a fave too. Panera. Free, no-fee delivery for My Panera Rewards members on our app.
I have a surprise for you.
Oh, yes, please.
Yeah. Feast your eyes on this.
Oh, that's sexy. Feels so new.
I want to feel this feeling again and again.
Can I hold it?
How bad do you want to hold it?
I'm not gonna beg, but pretty please.
Don't. Go ahead, press a button.
Oh, it's glowing.
Apple Intelligence. We should do this more often.
Agreed.
Rekindle the feeling of love with the new iPhone 16 Pro on us. And feel it again and again with the latest iPhone every year with AT&T Next Up Anytime.
If itty-bitty value meals from other places could talk, they'd talk like this.
If Arby's $7 double meats meal could talk, it'd talk like me. Arby's, we have the meats.
What if we told my story with Lego pieces? Lego.
Piece by piece.
When I was a kid, music was mesmerizing, and that triggered something in me.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say.
That feels great.
From the revolutionary artist Pharrell Williams comes a first-of-its-kind, star-studded adventure.
I believe everybody has talent and potential.
I was always a bad gangster, but you brought out a smile.
Piece by Piece. Rated PG. Only in theaters October 11th.
Messy happens. When it does, there's Home-A-Glow. For just $19, Home-A-Glow will clean your entire house. Everything from dishes to vacuuming, even laundry. Join thousands of Americans and book your first cleaning today for just $19.
An opening night triple header, Tuesday on ESPN and ESPN+.
Critical moment in the game right now. I just spoke to TCU head coach Sonny Dykes. He told me it is so important to put a ton of pressure on Houston quarterback Zion Chris. The issue, though, gentlemen, is when you over-pursuit on this guy, he's finding the passing lanes. When they get the ball back on offense, he said they have to play big-time tempo football.
Burnett gets bottled up. It sets up third down, and Eckhart gets the fourth quarter. TCU's defense needs to hold. They have held Houston off the scoreboard in the second half, but Only 6 points for the Horned Frogs. Now the worry if you're Houston, Andre, their kicking game has been up and down. Joseph Kim began the year as the starter, was shaky. Had gone back to Jack Martin, he's
been steady tonight.
Yeah, steady tonight, but 8 of 14 last year. That's not going to get it done. It's 4th down, and Houston will have to kick.
That play call, they're playing for the field goal. Don't want Zion Chris to make a mistake, so they're just going to hand it off to the big back Barnett, live with the result, and if it doesn't get you inside the 1 for a first down, you're going to line up and take a field goal attempt here. And that's a small win for TCU.
Yeah, it keeps it a 2-score game regardless of outcome. Martin hit from 34. This just his 3rd attempt of the season, 1 for 2. A 28-yarder. 27-12. Houston looking for its first conference win of the season. Willie Fritz's first Big 12 win. Time for tonight's American Express game track.
And Zion Chris having a magical night. Only 3 misses in the passing game. 141 yards and obviously the touchdown pass. Broke a 71-yard run as well for a touchdown on the ground and about 97 yards rushing. He's having some kind of evening. But it's still a long way to the finish line.
TCU's offense can score in an eye blink.
And it has to be of a concern right now if you're Houston that you don't want TCU to kind of score quickly here. If they go down, put one on the board here, we got a game. It is game on.
TCU would need a touchdown and then another touchdown with the 2-point conversion to tie.
And that last Houston, the last 2 games that they've been shut out in, no takeaways. Tonight, already 3, 2 interceptions and a fumble recovery.
TCU has had issues protecting the ball. Last week in a win against Kansas, the week before in that 66-42 loss to SMU. Bailey from the 5. Takes it to about the 29. Zubin?
Anish, I got a couple for you here. Haj Malik Williams, I know you and Andre were talking about it, what he's been able to do after Sluka. Look at this, re-corralling the snap, taking it in, and just like that, we are tied in Vegas after Syracuse had jumped out to the lead. A lot of up, a lot of down for Dylan Gabriel. Last time we showed it to you, he was running one in, but this is going to be his 2nd pick of the night. Spartans are keeping it close in Eugene. Back to you.
The well-traveled Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah.
Quick screen, Bailey. Out of bounds across the 35.
Boy, what a block by Besh on the outside. I mean, just holding the point of attack. It's unselfish. I love that when receivers throw blocks out on the edges. Here comes Mr. Strong into the game, and Houston subbing.
The rule is, if the offense subs, the defense needs time to sub as well. Houston taking a lot of liberty with that. Cook lost to, I think he's going to be maybe a yard shy here, 3rd down.
Just barely shy. You got to think, 4th quarter, approaching 12 minutes. It's 4-down territory from here to the house for TCU.
The run game, which seemed to be better in the 4th quarter against Kansas, really hasn't been there much of the night for TCU. Cook has had a few nice runs. But again, when you're down, as Houston knows, it's hard to commit to it.
Houston subbing pretty much every play. It's been either Strong or Mack at that defensive end spot.
Hoover comes under center. They give it to Cook, and he gets enough.
Kentrell Webb thought he had him stopped, but it's going to be a first down for TCU. Cook has had a nice evening himself in his own right. Good, tough, short yardage run there.
That was the first third down conversion of the evening for TCU. 1 for 7. Again, the slow sub, it eats away at the clock. 4-man rush. Hoover maneuvers the pocket. Flag down as Hoover gets to the line of scrimmage. Jamal Morris brought him down.
There's going to be a face mask. Maybe against Strong.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense number 25. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
And Jamal Morris. Once Hoover comes back, yeah, it definitely got him around the face mask area. And also tugged on it a little bit as well.
That puts TCU inside the 45 of Houston. Back to the ground game. Aim for a tough yard.
Good young player. He's going to make a lot of positive plays before his TCU career is over.
Incomplete, covered by Webb. It'll bring up third down.
And Webb, one of those players that came to Houston with Willie Fritz. Takes one heck of a break on the football. And I thought he was getting ready to go to the house when you could see it coming, that he was going to get there and at least knock the ball away.
Hoover's been intercepted twice tonight. 200 yards below his season average in passing. 4-down territory. Here comes the blitz. Hoover looking for Bash off his hand on the drag. And it brings up 4th.
When he got pressured there and forced the ball out of his hand a little bit faster than he wanted. It's Batten, who's coming on a linebacker blitz. And he gets there. That's usually a throw that Hoover makes. He can make that one in his sleep to Besh.
What has Houston done to disrupt the pass game?
It's the pressure right in his face. It's not what he can't see or, you know, guys coming off his blind side or in his. It's right up the middle. And that's the fastest way to affect the quarterback. Either you're coming over the right tackle or right up between the two guards in the center.
They bring the blitz again. Hoover's got time to Savion Williams. Spun down. This will depend on the spot. And he gets the forward progress for the first down.
Boy, that's a veteran wide receiver knowing where to get to on the field, so where if I catch this and they tackle me immediately, I've already got the first down. That's a heck of a job by Williams.
Now TCU going quickly. Quick throw, dangerous pass over Bailey. Hoover goes down. There's that pressure, and again, disrupting Hoover, almost a turnover.
Yeah, right in his face, and he's lucky because McLaurin was mixed up with Besh right around the line of scrimmage. If he's looking back inside, then that's going to be an interception. A hit on the quarterback there by Cooper, and it's been that way pretty much all night for Josh Hoover.
Low snap. Hoover steps up. Williams again, driven down by the concussion. Paul?
Yeah, Hoover's been tough. He's been getting knocked down all night. And his dad, Alex, was a Colorado State linebacker, played in the NFL. He taught him toughness. And he told me this week when he was a young kid, he played in a baseball game and he thought he had a thumb problem. And his dad said, "You're playing the entire time." The next time they had a little break after the tournament, they went to the hospital, got an x-ray, the thumb was broken, and he learned how to play with pain and play hurt as a young buck.
Yeah, he's a leader. Fires to Besh, breaks a tackle. tackle. Touchdown, TCU.
And just like that, the Horned Frogs are right back in this thing. Well, we talked about the strength of Besh. Right there, it's on full display. You got about 3 white jerseys around Besh, and when he catches it, nobody can bring him down because he's just too strong when he's on the move.
He has been statistically one of the best receivers in America this season. We mentioned he started at LSU, led the Tigers in receptions as a freshman in a receiving room full of NFL talent. Injuries the last couple of seasons, healthy and thriving.
Yeah, a little crossing route to Besh. Hoover's on time with it. The second effort by Besh gets him in the end zone. And here come the Horned Frogs.
I'll be honest. By the end of the day, my floors, yeesh. But who has the time to clean? That's why I love my Swiffer WetJet. It's a quick and easy way to get my floors clean. WetJet absorbs and locks grime deep inside. Look at that. Swiffer WetJet.
It takes about 200 steps to make a pair of Tecovas boots. But the steps that matter most are the ones you'll take in yours. With comfort for long days and style for big nights. Any place worth going to is worth going in good boots. So no matter where you're headed, don't go gently. Find your pair at Tecovas.com.
The future is threatened by enemies often unpredictable. When there are battles to win for America's future, there is one constant: Marines.
Ego, the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power, brings you the Ego Power Plus blower. Reaching an incredible 765 CFM, it's more powerful than gas. And at speeds of up to 200 miles per hour, it's the most powerful Ego blower ever. Featuring Ego's patented 56-volt arc lithium battery technology, it runs up to 90 minutes on a single charge. Plus, the same battery powers all Ego tools. Exclusively at Lowe's, Ace, and Ego authorized dealers.
A primetime ACC doubleheader on ESPN. First, the Tigers face the Seminoles in Tallahassee. Then, the Hurricanes head to Berkeley to take on the Golden Bears. Clemson at Florida State and Miami at Cal, Saturday on ESPN.
So what are you working on?
Something for the Garcias. Right there's great.
Love you, honey.
Thanks, Mom.
We've got 24 hours to get all of this under control.
Then you're gonna need these to Dad.
Oh, we can deliver that.
Thank you.
Today, tomorrow. Get delivery at the speed you need only at the Home Depot.
If I was to describe this sandwich in one word, I would say magical. Hi, this is Jamor, and the little thing that I love about the Chick-fil-A honey pepper pimento chicken sandwich is that extra oomph. I go back and forth from the spicy filet to the original filet. Personally, I get into the sweetness of the honey. That's what hits first. Then you have the extra kick from the spicy filet. And then you also have the spice of the jalapeno peppers. The combination alone takes it over the top. It's award-winning in my mind.
Real customer paid for their testimonial.
Superman to here in the college football studio. Let's get you up to date here. Oregon's had some success on the ground after a Gabriel pick. There he is on the toss to James. It's 14-0 Ducks in Eugene. And then Malik Williams just keeping it going. Look at that throw. Rebs got the lead. Anish.
Oh, we got a good one here, too. TCU has made it a one-score game. Now the Horned Frogs will turn to their defense as Houston brings it out to the 25. The SEC on ABC with a triple header on Saturday at noon. Number 9 Missouri to College Station to take on a top 25 Texas A&M team. Auburn visits number 5 Georgia. Dogs coming off that barn burner against Bama. And 4th-ranked Tennessee visiting Arkansas, and that vaunted rushing attack for the Razorbacks.
Looks like Donovan Smith is in the game for the Cougars. Not sure if Zion Chris is hurt or not, or what's going on.
This is a surprise, especially the way Chris has played. We saw him go down earlier in this half. Zone read. Big hole. Sanford, who leads all Big 12 running backs in rush yards after contact, didn't get touched for a while and gets out to the 39.
Doesn't matter who plays quarterback. Your offensive line's opening up holes like that, and guys are able to run through them.
Chris on the sideline. Donovan Smith began the season as the starter last week. He and Chris alternated series against Iowa State. Here's the pitch. Sanford crunched east of the 43-yard line.
Yeah, but I like the run there because of what he did. That was no hesitation in terms of getting up the field. He didn't stop his momentum. Otherwise, he would have been held to about maybe a half-yard gain. Took what was there and it gave him 4 and bring up second down and medium. You're right on schedule.
A tale of two halves for Houston offensively. Smith will throw. Able to complete. First down. Bumped out of bounds by James. Catch made by Devin Williams, who had a touchdown earlier in the game.
Yeah, it's a lesson for a lot of young players. You never know when your number is going to be called. And Donovan Smith has sat for the majority of this game, with the exception of maybe one snap. In crunch time, you're being asked to deliver a drive to help your team win. And he is in the ball game under center for the Cougars.
He's had some big games.
Yeah, he
has. Veteran of the Big 12 with Texas Tech. Sanford zigzagging, gets the edge with a burst. First down, Houston.
Where he had Austin Jordan had him dead to rights, and the speed of Sanford to just pull away. I mean, you got 14 who had an angle, and he just eats it up. He's able to turn the corner, and not only turn the corner, but pick up the first down. That's a heck of a play by Sanford. How about this drive being orchestrated by Donovan Smith?
6'5", 240 from Las Vegas, Nevada. Throw. It's caught by Williams near the sticks. Clark?
Watching Zion Chris on the sideline, trainers were working on his right forearm, massaging that area, and I'm watching him throw, though. He's zipping the ball right now to some receivers on the sideline. His helmet's on, and he looks like he could be ready to go back into this ball game. He's been a bright spot, Andre. He's played fantastic tonight.
He has, and he's taking care of the ball, Clark. The speed and the ability to make guys miss, second to none as a quarterback.
Handoff, and that's Burnett.
Be close to a first down.
Be a little short, 3rd down and 1, and you go back to what Donovan Smith did at Texas Tech. Led the Red Raiders to a big win against Texas. Actually beat a ranked Houston team at one point. Beat Iowa State.
I was at the game.
Mississippi State in the Liberty Bowl. He was the MVP of that game. Had surgery on his throwing shoulder in the offseason. They said he was healthy.
Tell you what, at 6'5", I'd be under center sneaking it here.
On 3rd down, they give it to Burnett. Pinballs off one. Wow. And the second effort gets him the first down.
Presence in mind to kind of keep his feet going, just ping backwards, realized, hey, nobody's wrapping me up. He does one heck of a job of getting up the field. He's able to hold his balance there. Might be a foot race to the end zone.
Andre with Donovan Smith in there. We've seen runs, and we've seen a couple of quick throws. Playing it close to the vest and playing the clock.
Rightfully so, because they are chewing a bunch of time off this clock.
Again on the ground, and that time Sanford is stopped for no gain. 2nd and 10. Less than 5 minutes to go, 4th quarter.
TCU play and run on first downs. On the early downs, a lot of guys inside the box. So they're going to challenge Donovan Smith to pick it up and work man-to-man against some of these corners with their receivers.
Do you sell out for the run if you're TCU?
Absolutely do. You got to stop that before you stop anything else. And crowd the box, play man-to-man, and to see if you can beat me throwing the football here.
And we're doing just that. Play clock down to 4, down to 3. Smith, there's the quarterback run. Big man to bring down at 6'5", short gain. It sets up 3rd down. We mentioned the kicking struggles this season, but Martin tonight has made both of his attempts for Houston, 34 and 28.
Yeah, but you don't want to put the game in an inexperienced kicker's hands. You know, you don't want to put. I wouldn't want to put it in any kicker's hands, but you can't do that. You can't stop playing here and then try to settle for a field goal. It's going to be huge, but man, is that a risk.
Jack Martin just 3 for 10 beyond 40 in his career. Smith will try to run, gets free, and tracks for a 1st down inside the 15-yard line.
Well, a heck of a job and just a great athletic move, competing for his team. Just about stopped. And he's going to take on defenders because he knows the 1st down marker's there. It's another opportunity as well, and he's to keep that clock running.
Fans starting to head for the exits. We come up on 3 minutes to play. TCU's got 2 timeouts. Now this is a TCU team. In the game against UCF, they did block 3 kicks, but a touchdown for Houston could put this thing away. Burnett, bottled.
If Smith keeps one, shows it to Burnett. He's pulled it a few times.
Timeout.
If he decides to keep one, boy, they could be trouble for TCU defensively.
Timeout TCU, they've got 1 left, plus the 2-minute timeout.
All right, Tina, 6 is hard to beat.
Not for us.
Okay, not soccer, but
football.
Yes. We honeymooned here.
Mallorca.
Yes. Pass.
Oh, we don't pass, Tina. Come on.
They help give you more.
A tax professional.
And they have a 97% satisfaction rating.
Salami.
You could have done it in a British accent.
That's helpful, Randy.
For savings and service, get more with Geico.
Are they really going to spend all day streaming college football on DirecTV? Can you blame them? They've got the biggest rivalries.
And bowl games. Speaking of, Frank, run a slant to the bowl of chips. Bobby, button hook to the salsa.
What are you going to do, Coach Prime?
Don't question your coach, man.
After Homoglow cleaned our place for $19, we fired our old housekeeper. Homoglow tackled everything, from our kitchen to our bathroom, all our laundry. You just pick a date, pick a cleaner, and enjoy a spotless house for $19.
Look at that Wendy's breakfast burrito. Fresh cracked eggs, seasoned potatoes, sausage. Gotta hand it to the tortilla. That sucker's holding on for dear life. The boss of breakfast, gotta be Wendy's.
Check out Mahomes' top 3 plays of the day. He scrambles into T-Mobile to get that new iPhone 16 Pro on us. It's a little shimmy, shimmy, shake. What you think, Kyle?
It's like he's chasing an ice cream truck.
Ice cream! He got his iPhone 16 Pro, the first iPhone built for Apple Intelligence. Cuz holding it up like a baby lion. Homie takes those T-Mobile savings and calls it a day.
Respect.
Now at T-Mobile.com, get the new iPhone 16 Pro on us. And families can save 20% every month versus the other big guys.
We're kicking off game day with a Twisted Tea drop. We're surprising real Twisted Tea fans who love the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
When the sawdust settles and the engine roars, the thing you care about is a job well done. But when you get your tools from Harbor Freight, something about the job feels different. Your wallet. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight.
At SimpliSafe, we build advanced security sensors and cameras for your whole home, powered by 24/7 professional monitoring and Fast Protect technology, exclusively from SimpliSafe for faster police response. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
ESPN's Primetime College Football is presented by Ram Trucks, built to serve.
Youngster, young guy there, man.
Of the artist is a young man, 1989. Andre Ware, Heisman Trophy winner at Houston. You authored to this day, one of the great seasons in the history of college football. And every time I step up in the booth with you, I know Cart feels the same way. And you're a college football legend.
Oh, man. I played with some great guys, great teammates. I rode their backs. There's no doubt about it.
I'll keep you humble, Dre.
I'm sure you
do that off the
I'm sure you will.
Second down, Burnett, the running back. Donovan Smith straight ahead, brought down by Hodges. Timeout. TCU will take 1-2. Horned Frogs out of timeouts, but still have the 2-minute timeout.
Immediate timeout.
Liberty Mutual customized my car insurance, so I saved hundreds. But the money I saved, thought I'd get a wax figure myself. Oh! Right in the temporal lobe. Beat it, punks! Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. With the first pick in the Jersey Mike's catering box draft, Sarah from Carolina selects number 13, the original Italian.
You know, I trusted my gut, and that's exactly where the sub's gonna go, so.
The Jersey Mike's catering box, a sub above.
Will you?
What did you do?
I got a little design help.
I'm in sweats, Derek. It's perfect. And I'm in sweatpants.
What's wrong?
My travel rewards card didn't earn enough miles for my vacation.
Are you crying?
No.
Are you crying because of that other card?
No.
There's no crying in baseball. Or with the Capital One Venture Card, because it lets you earn unlimited double miles on every purchase every day. And you can use those miles on any travel purchase. And you know why? There's no crying with the Venture Card. What's in your wallet? Let's play ball!
Hey, Scott, this stuff's perfect for fall, right?
Yep, it feeds your lawn now to strengthen roots all winter for a better lawn next spring.
How do you know all this?
Says it right there on the back.
Yes, it does. Download the My Lawn app today for lawn care tips and customized plans.
Feed your lawn. Feed it.
Think scaling your AI pilots is hard? Think again. With Watson X, you can deploy AI across any environment. Above the clouds and on lots of clouds. With your secured data on-prem, in real time on center court, and assisting bank tellers on the edge. Watson X helps you deploy AI wherever you need it, so you can take your business wherever it needs to go. IBM, let's create.
Good morning, everybody.
Danny, what are you doing up there?
Watching the fresh morning prep. The sizzling bacon, the slicing of the tomatoes, the bopping of the fresh lettuce. You know, my lease says I get free subs. Freshly prepped every morning. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
UFC 307. Buy it on ESPNplus.com/PPV.
The last time Houston won in Fort Worth against TCU, 1989, Andre Ware in his Heisman season. And I know for a fact you know the numbers you put up in that game because you recited them verbatim before we got here.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
477, 6 touchdowns. Third down, Donovan Smith will rumble straight ahead.
Nice.
And it sets up a chip shot for Jack Martin, who's 2 for 2. And in his career, we mentioned, beyond 40, 3 for 10. Inside 40, 8 for 8 lifetime, including today.
I wonder if they know it's fourth down. The offense still on the field, maybe going to burn some clock here and take it down to the right around the 2-minute timeout, but they're in no hurry.
Or it's 4th and 5. He may just try to draw them off sides.
Maybe, but you got to be careful that you don't forget about that and the ball snapped or a delay a game.
TCU does not bite. And a timeout called by Willie Fritz.
First charge timeout. Houston, 30 seconds.
Let's take a look at our Capital One rewarding performance tonight. Zion Chris got the start. got banged up a little bit, so Donovan Smith is coming late. But boy, did he give this team an offensive spark.
He gave it a lift, and then, not only with his arms and through the air, but he broke one for 71 yards, 97 on the ground tonight for Zion Chris, who has played one heck of a job. And without that performance, who knows where the Cougars would be, but boy, did he step up tonight and play an outstanding football game.
And an offense that was basically D.B. Cooper the last 2 weeks has resurfaced for 27 points. TCU, a team that wakes up and scores 40, held under 20, and now Martin can make this a 2-score game with 2 minutes to go.
How important was Chris tonight? First 2 games, Cougars averaged 48 yards a game rushing. The last 3, 151 per game. Tonight, over 200 yards on the ground. That's going to keep you in a lot of games, and they'll win you a lot of football games.
A 27-yarder. And Martin puts it through. Houston takes a 2-score lead. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and TCU out of timeouts.
I wish we could watch the college football games we actually care about.
You can. On ESPN with Sling, they have the college football that you love. You can even choose and customize your channel lineup with Sling. And you can watch it on your phone.
That sounds so easy. Now how do we get out of here?
Follow me.
I love this. Yeah, that place was way too crowded.
Watch the college football games you actually care about on ESPN with Sling. Sling lets you do that.
We've never spoken, but you've told us many things. That you love stargazing, hate parallel parking, and occasionally your right foot gets a little heavy. The Lexus ES didn't begin in the studio, it began with you.
This isn't one of those sad, fits in a petite paper bag kind of value meal. This is Arby's $7 double meats meal. Big boy bags only. Arby's, we have the meats.
USAA member Sam Elliott, I'm Gronk, your new roommate.
Roommate?
I can't join USAA, but I could live in your house and ride in your truck. Both USAA insured.
USAA, auto, home, life, and bank.
Sometimes you just need a moment. Self-care has never been this easy. Gummy vitamins from Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist recommended vitamin and supplement brand.
I'm a musician full-time. I lead worship on Sunday mornings and I also gig on the weekends. This work fills my cup every single day that I get to do it. Working with Thrivent on my debt from the past has allowed me to focus on the things most important to me, like spreading my joy for music with others. It feels awesome to know that I don't have anything holding me back.
I'm the Modelo Recruiter. I'm searching for fans who catch every single game, every single season. I'm always watching, always looking. 23B, 23C, to reward more full-time fans.
D&B is the place to dine, where $5 bites hit every time. Price so low you won't think twice. Can't stop, won't stop, $5 bites.
Now at Dave & Buster's, enjoy delicious $5 bites all day, every day for a limited time.
It wasn't hard. With Cologuard, I did it my way. Cola, huh? Cologuard.
Cologuard is for people 45 plus at average risk, not high risk. False positive and negative results may occur. Screen for colon cancer in your home, your way.
Ask your provider for Cologuard.
Oh, you don't know? It's Faye, that move your feet. Taste can't be beat, that late night treat. Faye, that straight tubbing, that feeling right. Get every bite. Greek yogurt. Faye, nothing plain about it.
This is college football primetime presented by Ram Trucks. Houston, more than a 2-touchdown underdog entering tonight. They've got an 11-point lead. How'd they do it, Andre?
Yeah, penalties. On that play, it led to a touchdown, then he came right back. That's the touchdown that led to a nice strike from Zion Chris. Another interception. The Cougars to points. So it's been penalties, turnovers, then the fumble. They force another turnover, leads to a field goal. They have capitalized anytime they've been given a second chance or on a turnover.
Now TCU needs 2 scores. They're out of timeouts, and we're past the 2-minute timeout. And that will be a touchback. After the game on SportsCenter, Heisman hopefuls through the first month of the year. Aaron Rodgers and the Jets take on the undefeated Vikings, led by former Jet Sam Darnold, plus the WNBA semifinals. It's the Liberty and the Aces. All right, Andre, if you're TCU, you need 2 scores. You get a couple of plays. Do you kick the early field goal and then onside kick? Maybe give yourself a little bit more time. Hard to navigate without a timeout.
It's tough to navigate without the timeout. You're going to need the touchdown, so I think you take care of that if you can, but they've got to hit something here to get a drive started.
Hoover being chased. He's been under duress all night. Flag down. Hoover heaves it deep downfield. Incomplete in the direction of Richardson.
Yeah, this may be a hold, so all of it may be for naught, and it may come back against TCU. Penalties and turnovers.
Holding. Offense number 56. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
They've haunted this Horned Frogs team tonight. It's been all over Josh Hoover, and they didn't really have to blitz a lot to get there. Right tackle is where you're going to see it. Ben Taylor Whitfield kind of pulling down Keith Cooper, who's had one heck of a game in his own right.
Our TCU team 2 years removed from playing for a national championship. Hoover, deep downfield for Besh. Incomplete, covered well by Hershey McLaurin. It's going to bring up 2nd and long.
Well, McLaurin's had a big game. So has Halsey, who was back there in coverage as well with him. They have held up. We thought, you know, how can you stop this TCU offense with this group of receivers? With Besh, McAllister, Richardson, and Williams, and this Cougar secondary, they've answered the test tonight.
We said it early in the game, this Houston defense has been pretty good. They've been worn down in games because most of the year the offense hasn't been able to stay on the field. Not the case tonight. Another catch for Richardson, and he's got a nice chunk of yards to set up a much more manageable 3rd down.
Yeah, the early interception really helped, and that kind of gave them some confidence, the Cougars, and it allowed the defense to rest a little, a whole lot. That's something they're not used to.
Over the middle, that's Noel, upended at the 44. First down for TCU. That will momentarily stop the clock with 1:09 to go.
I would not want to be a receiver, and you get to the 3rd level of the defense, and there waits A.J. Halsey.
To the sideline. 9th catch for J.P. Richardson, a career high, and closing in on a career high in receiving yards. More importantly, he gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
Just under a minute left, and you've got to score in a hurry, being down by 11.
They have a strong-footed freshman kicker, Kyle Lemmerman, if you're thinking if you get into field goal range, kick, and then onside kick, knowing you need a touchdown and a field goal at least. You're down 11. Hoover lost the football. It's loose. Live ball. Batten covers it up, and that'll seal it.
If it stays ruled a fumble, then
rolling on the field is a fumble, recovered by the defense. First down, Houston.
And it'll do it with no timeouts left for TCU. 4 turnovers on the evening. See Hoover stepping up into the pocket. I think that's a fumble, and a couple of kneel downs will do it.
Zykeas Strong, one of your impact players.
He has played some good football the last couple of weeks. Really talented player. Can play inside and out if need be.
Not sure a lot of folks saw this outcome as a possibility after Houston went scoreless the last 2 weeks in losses to Cincinnati and Iowa State. Willie Fritz said all week he was looking for a quarterback to take the bull by the horns. Zion Chris did that early, left the game in the fourth quarter due to what appeared to be a forearm issue, and give Donovan Smith credit. Comes in,
he was ready
off the bench, ready to play, engineers the drive to put the game away. Houston gets Willie Fritz his first Big 12 win as Cougars head coach, and the topsy-turvy season in this Big 12 conference continues.
And maybe knocking TCU's out of a Big 12 race in terms of being able to maybe get itself to the championship game. Who knows what the foreseeable future is in that regard.
Houston's win snaps TCU's 9-game win streak in the series. It's the Cougars' first win against the Horned Frogs since Halloween '92. Their first